Konnichiwa, everybody. Good morning. Oh, wait, why am I so quiet? Hello? Konnichiwa. Oh. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, fish. You just wake up. Yeah, I just woke up. I have a feeling that my... Oh, man. Hello. Good morning, everyone. Happy, what day is it? Happy Thursday. Wow. I found a Daiso near my place, and I went to go get some stuff. I have a pot and a pan. Wildcard, thank you for the soup. Oops, I put vanilla icing all over this lasagna. What's lasagna in the oven? No, not with the icing. Thank you for the soup. I hope it turns out well. I know sometimes they, what is it for, like Thanksgiving? People have like sweet potatoes and like marshmallows on top, and they toast that. Maybe it turns out. Maybe it turns out good. Been a while for me, but congrats on the move. Thank you. I hope you've been well yourself. You got your detergent, hopefully. Yes, I have detergent. I have I bought extra toilet paper just in case. So now I have a little stockpile of toilet paper. I have things now. I'm slowly starting to get stuff. I don't have plates or bowls. So yesterday when I was cooking, I got some meat. I seasoned it, threw it into the pan, and then I dumped my rice into it. So I don't have any bowls or plates or things, but I do have chopsticks now. I do have chopsticks. Still to the smell. No. I swapped out to proper chopsticks now. So I have like appropriate chopsticks. Slowly but surely you're making this haunted house into a haunted home. I hope so. I'm the big thing right now is I need to figure out a way to mount a few things, but no blanket. I do have a blanket now. I do have a blanket. It's a microfiber, I think. It's the really extra soft one. It's super thin, but it's pretty good at retaining heat. Like if I snuggle inside the blankets, then it keeps me warm. Yeah. That's fine, easy cleaning, right? It's just everything's out of a pan. But surviving off of the leftover microwave rice. I say leftover, but I don't mean like it's pre-cooked already. It's like packaged. The really nice thing about this is that like it comes in like little single serving portions. They say like 180 or like 200 grams of rice per package, and then you microwave it, and then you just toss that onto your plate. But yeah, microfleece. I think it's that one. I think it is. It's not natural. It's synthetic, but it was cheap and warm. Got your birthday merch today. Pillow's really cozy. Let's go. I'm glad. I hope all the signatures turned out well. I remember having to rush all the signatures before I like left. So I hope it all arrived safely. Wait, never had packaged rice? It's really the same thing as regular rice, except it just comes in a small plastic container. You like tear open one of the corners and then you throw it into the microwave and then you just let it run for a bit. I have my own microwave. Oh my god. Can I just like gush a little bit about the microwave? I got a microwave. It has an oven feature to it. It has like a little broiler grill feature to it too. And I am so happy that now I can adjust the power setting on the microwave. Like I don't have to go and like constantly or like worry about like my housemates, you know, complaining about stuff. Like I can just go and set the exact wattage that I want so that I can cook things appropriately instead of having everything be at 1000 watts, the maximum, and then trying to play this weird like run at 30-second intervals so that you don't end up burning the food, right? Random Axolotl, thank you for the soup. Good morning, Shumi and Kois. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. But yeah, it's like, it's not hard. It's not that difficult. Like you just read the instruction manual and then you hit the button, you increase or you decrease the wattage for the microwave, and then you let it go, and then it cooks food perfectly. Like, I have it. I have a microwave that I can control 100% now. It's so good. Reading the manual, right? Who does that? Man. I also have I also went out and at Daiso I got these little water jugs. I have 2 water jugs now. I have 2 water jugs. I'm so happy. One of them, they're both making tea. One of them is making roasted green tea, and the other one is making barley tea. So I get to have like my own. Like, it's so good. It's so nice. The water jugs aren't that big because they're like, I'm used to the ones that are like really chunky. You know, like the really big ones are like 3 gallons or so. So that you have like, you know, plenty of water. Like it's like a huge pitcher, right? But the jugs here are tiny. Well, relatively. I can only have like 4 cups worth of. I say 4 cups, but I mean like 4 literal cups. Like I can fill my cup 4 times, but I think each cup is like 2 like measurement cup sizes, if that makes sense. But yeah, it's a lot of tea, but I can make 2 different types of tea, and it's really nice. I don't have to keep buying, or like I don't have to keep seeing like space taken up by like other people buying just like bottles of stuff. Like I can make my own tea now. It's really excited. I'm really excited. How about coffee? I have a kettle now too. I have a kettle. It's a. Hang on. Let me see if I can make it work. Give me a minute. I'm gonna go turn it on. I just finished boiling, so it shouldn't be too long. But hang on. Okay. I turned it on, and when it's. I don't know if you guys can hear that. It's like boiling right now, but you know how like when you use kettles enough time, there's like a certain sound that it gets when the water is close to being finished. Like the little boiling like starts to trickle down, like it's like a big roiling boil, and then it starts to trickle down a little bit, and it becomes like a little. Do you hear that? Do you hear that? That's what happens when the kettle finishes. It has a little chime. Yeah. It's really nice. It's really nice. I know, it's those like tiny, like small tiny things. It's so cute, right? We love whimsy, just a little bit of whimsy in the mornings. It's so good. It's a good kettle. I splurged a little bit for the kettle because I wanted like a proper kettle that worked very well. It is insulated, so after it boils the water stays hot for like an hour and a half. So it's perfect, because I had the problem last time, because the last kettle I had was just like a single plastic wall layered, like no layer kettle. I don't know what it's an electric. It was an electric kettle that had no insulation. It was just a single plastic wall. So I would boil the water, pour myself a cup of coffee, and then just do my work or do a stream. And then by the time I finished the coffee, the water had already cooled down, so I'd have to go and reboil the whole thing. But now, this thing, it stays warm the whole time. Wait, sir, oh my goodness, sir, thank you for the Yakasupa. Okay, but if you don't buy cups, we can't have 6+ half-finished coffee cups around the desk, so mug funds, thank you. I do have to get some mugs. I ran into the problem, I'm okay, 100% I'm gonna get mugs, but one, this table is itty bitty. It is the size of 2 of my forearms. Okay, so it's really tiny. There's not enough space. And second, I ran into the issue of all the mugs here in Japan are tiny. They're really, really small. Okay, I need to find like a proper mug. You know, like the ones that are like massive that you hold with 2 hands. All the ones here are really small, so like I mean, like it's Daiso. What did I expect, right? But I need to get a big one. You sell mugs but don't even have one. I do have it, but it's way too small. It's way too itty bitty. Asking for 400, 500 milliliter size. Yeah, I think I need to get something like that. Have you been to the 100 yen store? I have. There's a few things that I was looking for that I didn't get. That I'm probably just gonna order online instead. Like I went looking for some knives, and I couldn't find any good knives because every single one of them, well, like relative to me. Relative to me, all the knives that I saw were like tiny itty bitty thin knives. They look more like fruit paring knives than actual like meat and vegetable knives. I want to get like not a cleaver, but you know those like when you think of a stereotypical knife, okay, like a serial killer knife, that's a good size. You know, it's big enough to like cut a whole head of cabbage, you know, in one chop. Like that's what I'm looking for. A butcher's knife? No, not a butcher's knife. That's way too big. But I meant like just visualize in your mind like the knife that Ghostface carries with him, you know? And there you go. An 8-inch chef knife. Something like that, yeah. A big bread knife. Oh, I should get a bread knife too, because I need to get one that's serrated for, well, no, I'm probably not going to eat too much bread here. I realize now that a lot of bread here is milk bread, and I don't really like milk bread that much. It's too light, it's too airy, it's too sweet. So I need to get like proper bread, but that's for later. An 8-inch chef knife. Okay, I need to find an 8-inch chef knife. All the ones that I saw were like itty bitty tiny ones. So I just need to get a massive knife. Massive compared to the ones that I found. But yeah. I also like to, when I was back in California, I would used to get one of those whetstones and like manually sharpen my knives. And I don't know, it's nice. It's nice to be able to sharpen your own knives, because it's like the repetitive motion like instills a sense of calm and zen. It's like meditative almost, where you get to just sharpen the edges of the knives. It's nice. So I want to get one of those. So it's got to be a big enough knife for me to do that. A custom knife. I've seen a few. They're like, oh, you're in Japan now. You can go get like an artisan chef knife that's been like custom engraved and everything. That's a little too much for me. Getting a proper whetstone skull, a honing edge can only do so much. Yeah. Oh, I need to get one of those too, man. My idea is I have to go and get like, I need to find a butcher shop. All the grocery stores around here, they have Like the meat section in the grocery shops all have super like thin cuts, which makes sense. Like if you're just making it like quickly for a meal, it makes sense. But for me, I want to get like a chunk of meat, you know? I want to get like a big pork shoulder and then cut it down to size myself. Because that like you get to control the portion size. You get to cut the little chunks of meat so that like they perfectly fit your mouth, you know? Like a little bit bigger than like a D6 dice. Like if you think about a dice, like you know the like little like just regular playing dice, right? A little bit bigger than that, okay? Because then you get a nice little cube of meat along with your carrots and your potatoes. When you eat like when you have curry, okay? You have a single scoop of curry, right? It's got like a little bit of rice. It's got 1 cube of meat, 1 cube of carrots, and 1 cube of potato. Like it's gotta have all of those, you know, per spoonful, you know. 1/4 inch cubes, a little bit bigger than 1/4 inch, more like 1/2 inch. But yeah, but like the idea is like you got to get them like perfectly sized so that every single bite has a little bit of everything in it, you know. I gotta get those. Time to go famous shopping street for kitchen equipment. Kappabashi? Ooh, I'll have to take a look at that. I've been getting a lot of warnings not to go to places because like Shinjuku and Shibuya have changed a whole bunch. Like I think I told you guys about this, but Shinjuku now has like sirens and speakers all over the neighborhood. That's like, hey, foreign tourists, do not fall for these scams. But it's all in Japanese, so I don't know how much of the information the tourists are understanding. But they'll be like, don't fall for these scammers, and like these are, you know, stereotypical scamming behaviors. Don't fall for that. And like, I got a whole bunch of like notices reminding or like warning foreigners not to go to Tsukiji, the fishing market, because now it's like way over like touristed. I don't know, like there are just way too many tourists, so it's become another spot for scammers. So like I need to find like a proper place that I can go get some food without entering those over touristed, over like gone viral on social media type places, you know. They're doing that, but it's still scary. Tourist traps now? Yeah, there's a lot of tourist traps. Man, I like the fish market, but it's pretty full. Yeah, I gotta find something that's smaller, you know, because I want to try. I want to like wake up super early, like at 5:30, and then take the subway and head over there and get there like right when they open up, so that I can get some fresh fish, and then have difficulty bringing it back because I don't know if I can bring like a styrofoam box full of fish onto the subway. Now that I think about it, how am I gonna get these things back? Kishida, thank you for the 23 months. My Shibuya to Japan. Have you been to a convenience store in Japan? Did you find any interesting food? I have. I've been to the konbini quite a lot. For like the last week before I got all my appliances, I've been surviving off of konbini food. It's nice, but I'm like a little bit over it. I've eaten too much konbini. I've eaten pretty much like one of everything that there is to eat there. There's one thing that I really do like is pig ears. I know for like Western fans it might sound weird, but it's like pig ears, and then you like they thinly slice it. Like widthwise, they like go, I don't know how to describe it, like go against the grain. But they thinly slice it, and then they have this like mustard. It's not wasabi, but it's like a mustardy sauce that they put on top of it, and it's really good. It's really nice. Which the konbini do you prefer from the big three? I'm gonna have to probably Family Mart. I think Family Mart is like number 1, and then Lawson's, and then 7-Eleven. And I'm gonna be honest, I only go to 7-Elevens because they have the automatic payment machines. So if I have a whole bunch of coins, I just bring all the coins over and then I just dump them all into the machine in one go. But it's like, I'll go to like Family Mart and Lawson's periodically, and then as I buy things, I just end up with a whole bunch of change that I don't want to use, you know, like nothing takes 1 yen coins, like nothing. There's absolutely nowhere to use 1 yen coins. Not even the vending machines take them. So I just stockpile a whole bunch of them, and then when they fill up my little plastic bag, I'm like, okay, now it's time to go empty it all out, and then I go to 7-Eleven, and then I'll just empty everything out in there. It's the chicken at Family Mart, right? Yeah, the fried chicken's really good. Never encountered those in the 7-Eleven. At the cash registers, they have a little machine. It's like white and green, and there's a little slot for where you can dump all the coins in. But a lot of the vending or a lot of the cash register machines that I find don't accept many coins. Like one of the grocery stores that I went to recently has a self-checkout machine, but they only accept up to 5 coins of any denomination. Is that what you call it? Of any value. So like I put in 5 1 yen coins and the machine locks out. It won't accept any more than that. So I save up all my coins for the 7-Eleven company because they have no limit. I can just dump in as much of the coins as I want. I'm in Japan for 2 days only and already have so many useless 1 yen coins. Yeah! There's always so many. I don't know what to do with them. Like, part of me wants to melt them down because they're like aluminum. They're super light. They don't feel like a real coin. They feel like a toy or like a play coin for like Monopoly or something. They're super light. So I've always wanted to like build a small kiln and then melt the metal down into like a little cube, because I think it'd be really cool. But I'm pretty sure there's like laws against, you can't like deface currency or whatever. Just open the birthday merch. Love everything. Let's go. Just another fan. Thank you so much for the super. I hope you enjoy the merch. I hope you enjoy it. Speaking of merch, we have those little plushies, little mascot plushies that came out. Not the big plushies on their own, but our little the ones with our faces on them. I forget what they're called. I gotta get like the promo pictures and display them on. Yeah, the Goofy Guy Squad. Daiso 100 yen stores accepts up to 30 coins. Ah, oh, that's still not enough. I have, wait, let me see how much do I have right now. I don't know if you guys can hear it. I have maybe like 50 yen worth of 1 yen coins, so I have like a whole bunch of them. So I need to start getting rid of these over time. Pre-orders for Shimbubu end on December 23rd. Oh my god, no, don't call them the Shimbubu. Hi Shimui, hello. Good morning. Well, it's morning for me. Happy time zones to you. I went to Japan 7 years ago and I still have like 101 yen coins. Yeah, there's a ton. They're so prolific, and for what? You know? You can't even use them, so they're just like, oh man. Kelia, thank you for the super. Congrats on the move. It was my birthday yesterday and I turned 22. Can you please give me some advice? Me lost. This might sound like a little bit of a cop-out, so I'm sorry, but the older I've gotten, the more I've realized that a lot of the stereotypical advice that you hear, things like, you know, like fake it till you make it, or like people don't know what they're doing, like all that kind of stuff is really, it really does hit different as you get older. It like, you know, like once you hit a certain age, you stop caring about what other people think, because you realize that everyone else is kind of more obsessed with their own lives than, like, you know, to have time to like pay attention to yours. I think like for nowadays though, as like a millennial in 2025, one thing that I would definitely give you advice on is take time out of your day to go touch grass. And I don't mean like touch grass as in like just go out like work out or anything, but like I mean it as in like you want to get offline every now and then, because the thing that I notice nowadays is that everything is so like the phrase terminally online used to be about someone who like was online by choice like all the time, but I feel like nowadays it's become the baseline. Like everyone is online all the time, so you see a lot of things, and because of the way the internet is, everything is, or almost everything is like algorithm based. So the algorithm decides, oh, I think you're gonna like this thing, and then it'll show you stuff, right? But like it's not about whether you like it or not, it just shows things that you engage with. And half the time it's gonna be great stuff, and then the other half of the time it's going to be really inflammatory and like intentionally negative things because you engage with it. And I think nowadays more than ever it's important to get offline every now and then and meet up with friends and meet up with people, or just like, you know, see humans outside and realize that the world online is different from the world in person, you know? Like all those the hateful things that you'll see, like that's not how people act IRL. That's not how people act in real life, you know? But like the advice part is you have to go and section off time for yourself, like schedule those times for yourselves to be like, I'm gonna get out, I'm gonna leave, I'm gonna go outside and, you know, just get some fresh air, even if it's just a little walk around the neighborhood, around the block, or if you have to go to, you know, the library if your city has one, or like a park if you're fortunate enough to have one too. But just like get yourself offline intentionally, like make the choice to go offline, because right now I think we could all do with a little bit of that since it's getting so crazy. But also, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday dear Guerilla, happy birthday to you. Yeah, happy birthday, hope it was a good one. I had a good celebration and ate lots of tasty foods. All the things to keep us in the matrix, right? Sorry, I need to turn off my heater. It's getting... I only set it to 17 degrees Celsius. I can't get any lower than that. So I have to like turn it on and off when it gets too hot here. Honestly, that's why I'm glad I physically forced myself to go offline for baking and pastry stuff. Yeah. Shinri, congrats on the new place. Thank you. I'm a little sad there hasn't been any like more hauntings or like anything spooky. 17 degrees Celsius is pretty cold. It's I don't know why, but 17 degrees Celsius, or at least that's what the little remote says, but it doesn't feel like it. It feels a lot hotter. Even though I keep dropping down the temperature as low as it can go, it still feels really warm and toasty. So I don't know, maybe it's just a difference, because I like it a little bit chilly. Like, let's see. It's like 8 degrees Celsius outside. So like that gap from 17 to 8 is pretty huge. 1822 room temp, you're a smidgen on the side of cooler. I need it to be like 15, 14. Have you tried walking around your neighborhood? How was it? It's really nice. It's really quiet too. Every single night I've been walking around. I will confess, the reason why I go walking around at nighttime is not because I like the nighttime air. It's like, yes, I do enjoy the nighttime air, but it's also when the discounts go on sale. So it's like, well, I'm already gonna be walking to the grocery store in order to pick up the stuff, so I might as well walk around the neighborhood and enjoy the sights. So like, I'll leave a little early so that like I know I've been to the grocery store a couple of times now, so I know when they put up the little stickers. But it's like, okay, I know they start putting up the stickers at like 8, 9, p.m. or so, right? So like if I leave around 7:30, then I have like 30 minutes to just wander around a bit, and then I can walk the hour over to the grocery store and then make my way there, like right on time as they start to put on the stickers, you know? So it's like yes, but it's also for like there's a practical reason for it. Frame perfect discount shopping, right? He became Saitama. I have to. It's really nice. Also, like I'm not a picky eater. I think of all the boys, I'm the most likely to eat pretty much anything. Like I have no texture issues, I have no flavor issues with anything. So whenever I go around and I see something that's new on sale and I haven't tried before, it's always like, hey, it's like 30% off. I might as well grab that and give it a shot, you know? Like I found out how much I really like this fermented squid. There's like fermented squid. There is this like seaweed salad kind of thing, but it's like really gooey. Lone Ruby Jazz, thank you for the 4 months. This is the thing, but do I click also? Hoi, hello. Okay, thank you for reaping the membership. There's like vinegared octopus too. It's like there's regular octopus and then there's like vinegared octopus. Do you like natto? I do like natto. Natto's pretty good. What's been your new favorite find? I don't think this is too new, but they have these like really savory I think it's pork floss, furikake, but it's not just pork floss, but it's got like seaweed and sesame bits in it, and it's got like a little bit of I'm not sure if they're pepper. I think they're supposed to be pepper, but it feels more like paprika. But it's like a furikake that has pork floss in it, and it's really tasty. Fermented squid, like in chili or vinegar. It's in I think it's in vinegar, but it looks really gooey. But like I don't know, it has like a nice saltiness to it. There's a little bit of a tang to it. It's got really like the octopus is really chewy. It's really good. I love pork floss and okonomiyaki. Ooh, that sounds really good. Have you tried shirako? I haven't been able to find any. I want to look for some. I'm looking for a grocery store that has like actual groceries, but like I realize I'm looking for something more like a Costco. Like all the places that I've been to so far have been, they have like strips of beef in like nice little portion packages, like 200 grams of beef, 150 grams of beef. Everything is like individually like serving size. And I don't know, I've been looking for fish too. Like I haven't found like yellowfin tuna. I haven't found, there's like salmon, but it's not in like the chunks that I miss the chunks of salmons. Like I remember, okay, like how would I describe this? You know, like if you just took a window out of the side of a salmon, like you get like the really big like hunk of salmon that like I've seen people do like cold curing on, like salt and sugar cures and stuff like that, right? You can't find those here. You find like really small steaks of salmon that are like 1 or 2 serving sizes for like individuals, and you can't get the whole thing. So I'm looking for places that have the whole thing, you know? Have I tried sukumbu? I'm not sure what that one is. Kombu? Is it the seaweed? I want to try a few. I know there's like a couple of dried seaweed that you can get and like make your own kombu. With like add dashi and make it like super savory. If you need a Costco, there's one not too far from Makuhari. I know that one, but I've been asking around with the managers, and the managers all told me like, yeah, that one's a little bit out of the way. You have to take the subway, and then from the train station you have to take a bus, and then from the bus you have to like still walk further to get to it. So they highly encourage a car, but I don't have a car. Man, I really want to get yesterday when I was shopping was the day when I had like the big like, oh man, I really wish I had a car, because I had a whole bunch of bags and I was walking around with a shopping cart, and I realized I have more stuff here in my shopping cart than I can comfortably fit into both of my hands. And it was like at that moment I'm like, ah, man, I need a cart. But like maybe I just bring a trolley, you know, like one of those like the little trolleys that they have for like moving big appliances like refrigerators and stuff, right? Like maybe I get one of those, like a basket trolley. What about a backpack? I should get a backpack. I have an itty bitty backpack. Well, it's less of a backpack and more like a fanny pack that you like hang on the side. Wait, excuse me. I didn't bring my big backpack with me because I didn't bring my laptop with me. My laptop was super old, so I was like, I'm probably not gonna use it. It's just gonna become extra weight. So I left my big backpack back home, or like I sent it to my parents. Like, here, have Mama Suiji, Papa Suiji, I am leaving the country. Here, have my stuff. And then I just deliver like 7 boxes of just things because I couldn't sell them all in time. It's like my stuff. Like, I'm pretty sure half the stuff there is gonna get worn out and it's gonna die and it's gonna get rusted and everything. But like, whatever, right? It becomes vintage, right? I'm leaving it to age. That's what I'm doing. Kohi Hime, hello. Thank you so much for re-upping the membership. Okwedi. There's a cart stroller for groceries. Yeah, I think I need to get one of those. Big shopping bags. I wanted to get a tote bag. Man, I should have gotten one. The thing is, the last time I came to Japan, I brought like a whole bunch of Trader Joe's tote bags because they're really popular here in Japan for some reason. I don't know why, but I think it's like, oh, foreign good, you know, like foreign products. So I bought a whole bunch of those and I gave them out to all the Manachans, but I didn't keep one for myself. And this time when I came here, I completely forgot about it because in my brain, I'm like, oh, I already brought the Trader Joe's tote bag, so I'm not going to bring it anymore. And then I realized, wait, I should have brought one for myself. They're trendy in Asia right now. I don't know why. Why are they so trendy? They become antiquated. Gyomu supermarket is really cheap. Ooh, I'll have to look for one. I'll see it. We have the thing Japan and they have the thing America. Those usually aren't that big. Yeah, but they're the big issue for me is that the plastic bags that we have here, I mean, like plastic bags you see everywhere. When you fill them up with a lot of stuff and you hold them in your hand, the handle, the plastic on the handle rolls up into a super thin like strand, and that starts to cut into my hands, and that's annoying. So like the tote bags at least have a canvas handle so that they don't like fold in on themselves and they become really like they don't cut into your hands because they spread out that weight over a larger surface area. But yeah, I know there's like clips that you can use. They hook onto the plastic bags and you hold the clip itself, that little handle, instead of the bag. I might need to grab one of those. Those IKEA bags are pretty solid. I went to IKEA. They only have the itty bitty ones. The ones that they're about the size of a purse. They're not that big. I got really sad because I was like, oh, IKEA, like they gotta have those really big bags, right? But no, everything is itty bitty, so it's really small. I know like the big shoulder sized ones that you like hang over your shoulder and they're about the size of your torso, you know, like I know those, and I thought they would have them, but no, the ones I did have were itty bitty and small. But man, why get new bags? Get steel arms instead. No, the thing is my arms are fine. Like I can carry it. It's just, it gets uncomfortable between my fingers when I'm holding the bag because it starts to cut into my skin. Because like I'm carrying a whole bunch of stuff. Because like I'm absolutely one of those one trip only type of people. Like I don't care how heavy it's gonna be. We're taking all 7 bags in one trip. Like, Muji also has Giant. Oh, that's right. Wait, I only know Muji as like the stationery brand. I completely forgot they also do other stuff. I need to go find a Muji store somewhere. Wow. Oh man, Also, a little. Okay, I know my room is super echoey and it's still echoey right now, but I think I may have found a solution. So instead of, okay, you know how they sell those foam like sound panels online? They're like, oh, these will help soundproof your room. It's all a lie, right? Like, that's not how you soundproof rooms, right? But like, they sell those like they're like super thin 1-inch thick foam panels and foam sheets, right? The ones that do basically nothing, and they're overpriced, right? One thing that I found out was that the mattresses here, like the foam mattress that you put down, that you put a futon on top of, right? Those are pretty cheap, and they're like 3 inches thick. So they're like a good amount of foam, right? And they're not that expensive. So I'm like thinking, if I just go get a couple of these mattresses and then I take the foam out, like the padding, if I take that out, I'll have like a huge 3-inch thick chunk of foam that's the size of a person for like a fourth of the price of those sound panels. Like, I think I'll do that, because like I can buy one of those like mattresses for like $20, $25, and they're the size of a person. Like they're meant to be placed on the ground so that you put a futon on top of it and then you lie down on top of the whole thing, right? So it's like human body sized, right? And it's like, wait, they're thick, they're foam, they have like a little bit of that little like the little rippling pattern on top of them too. Aren't the thickness the point of the noise panels? Yes. That's why if you see panels that are like 1 inch thick or 1.5 inches thick, they are useless. They don't do anything. I mean, well, to be fair, they do help with the echo specifically, but when it comes to sound, like the dampening effect of it, it does nothing to dampen the sounds. But it does help with a little bit with the echoes. But yeah. I'm gonna see that. The big issue right now is I don't know how to mount anything, because the walls still have that paper texture onto it, and every single solution I've tried has not worked. There's one last thing that I haven't tried yet. It's called kabebijin, where it's like staples. There's like a little plastic sheet that you like staple onto the wall to make a smooth surface, and then you can stick things onto the plastic sheet itself instead of the wall directly. So I might try that one. That one seems like it might work out. So you're saying you need 10k USD to soundproof your room? No. I couldn't soundproof the room even if I wanted to, because there's too many air gaps, sadly. By the way, did you ever buy the bidet? I wanted to, but the apartment came with one. So I'm gonna give you guys a different unboxing stream, because I don't want to. Okay, like I could, but right now I don't know how to do the return process. I don't know how to go through the return process here in Japan. Like I'm very Nihongo dekinai. So I don't know how to deal with that at the moment. The boys are gonna be appalled when they see you put a mattress on the wall. It's fine. It just means that I can grab them and then throw them across the wall, and they'll be fine. You know, they'll hit the mattress and they'll fall down, and then it'll be Gucci. You know? Can you unbox the fridge? They did the unboxing for me. The delivery people, they just did the unboxing for me. They set it all up, and then they even took the box out and all the packaging too, so I don't have to recycle it on my own. Not Nihongo Jozu, Nihongo dekinai. Sad times. Wow. Not to mention you have extra mattresses to sleep on, right? Exactly. If I ever need like more things to sleep on, I'll just have extra mattresses. The foam will be up on the wall, but like I could use like the casing that the mattresses come in as a blanket. I'll have extra blanket layers. Yeah. DIY padded room. Babylon goggles, thank you for the soup. Whenever I think about a DIY padded room, or whenever I think about padded rooms, I imagine in my head, you guys know that one gif of Snow White like happily clapping while trapped in the padded room? Every time I think about it, I just have that gif in my mind where she's just clapping away, just smiling like, yeah, everything's great. It's all good. It's all in your mind. Are you sleeping on a real bed or at least a futon? I am sleeping on a futon right now. It's okay, so it's like one layer of foam and then the futon on top of it, and then me, and then a like microfiber, micro fleece blanket on top, and then my wet pillow to go along with it to finish the whole package. Also, this is really funny, but the room that I'm in, it's all bed. Like, I really want to show you what it looks like, but Mana-chan advised me not to show pictures of the inside of the layout of the apartment because it'd be like people would be able to like dox me with that. So I can't show you, but like I slide the door open and then it's bed. Like there is no space. There's nowhere to walk. It's just bed. But yeah, draw us a diagram. Imagine a rectangle and then fill the entire rectangle with bed, and then I just sleep in it. Hang on, I don't have my tablet set up right now, but let me try it. Hang on. Okay, hang on. Okay, sorry, I want to do this off screen because I don't have everything set up properly, but I'm gonna have to do this in MS Paint because I don't have my thing with me. Okay, and then the sliding doors are like this. Okay, and then let me get the image. All right, doodle complete. Hang on a minute. Where did it go? Oh wait, no, I have to save it. I forgot. I can't do clipboard on this one. I haven't set that up. I keep forgetting it's a new motherboard. Desktop, save. Untitled already exists. Yeah. Okay. This is the bed, or this is the room. That's what it looks like. It's yeah, I slide the door open and then I am at the head of my bed, and like that's where my pillow is. So like the whole mattress pretty much fills up the entire room. Yeah, it's a bedroom, right? Like what more do you need? So yeah, the orange is a sliding room, the gray is where my pillow is right now, and then the rest of it is all just mattress. Do you still fold your futon or not? Okay, it's not pictured, but to the left, like where my feet would be on the bed, is like a little closet space. I could put it there, but I'm lazy and I'm the only one living here, so I'm just like, whatever, I'll just leave it there. So is the mattress really that big? No, it's not. The room is just tiny. The room is incredibly tiny. Not good, thank you. Shinri, no, the feng shui. What can I do with it? There's nothing I can do. The mattress takes up the whole space. Okay, thank you for re-upping the membership. Had a roommate who set up his bed in the closet and used the rest of the bedroom for his desk and game system. Yeah, that's basically it, right? Like my bed is sectioned off in its own little area. Reminds me of those shorts of girls who check the smallest hotel and rent rooms. Oh, yeah, like one of those like like little pod capsule hotel type places. But yeah, the pain of being a big and tall person. Well, like relatively, yes. Relatively to like the rest of Japan. I think it's supposed to be like a children's room, you know, like it's for kids maybe, I think. But the whole place is, I fill up the whole room by myself, so I don't know, it's kind of nice. Like I get to stretch out, I get to like, well, actually, hang on, let me test it. Can I extend my arms all the way out? Oh shoot, no, I can't. I can't. The room is not wide enough for me to outstretch my arms and have it all fit inside. Like that's how narrow and thin the room is. So so yeah, if that gives you any inkling of an idea, like I stretched out my arms, I touched the wall, and then I stretched out both my arms, and the sliding door comes up to like my elbow. Or like around my bicep area, so like near my shoulder, between my elbow and shoulder area, like that's how wide the room is. Hang on here, let me draw myself on top of that. Here, let's like if this was my head. Okay, oh wait, we gotta do it by layer. It's kind of like, okay, hang on a minute. I'll have to, I gotta at some point I will unpack the rest of my suitcases and then get my drawing tablet out. Here here is the updated version. Like that's me trying to stand and like T-pose in the room. My arm will stick out of the sliding door area. That's what it looks like right now. It's like sleeping on a train. It's about the size of like a little bit bigger than a twin size bed, you know? Lots of room in there. There is, okay? I mean, well, given the fact that it's bed and only bed and nothing else, it does have a lot of space, okay? I think it's just a closet. No, it's not a closet, okay? It was advertised as a proper bedroom, okay? Like in the marketing pamphlets and stuff, it's a proper bedroom. Wow, you could punch a hole in your door easily. Thankfully, I am not that violent of a person. I also don't want to damage anything because I gotta live here for 2 years. That's the full lease like duration. A literal bedroom. It's nice, okay? It's nice. A proper bedroom for a child or a small grandmother. I love how small grandmother is a unit of measurement. But no, it totally works. Yeah, completely agree. But it's nice. Like, okay, I know it sounds, it looks bad, but it's not that bad, okay? Like, I can hop into bed and then like kind of sort of almost stretch like my arms out all the way. So like instead of stretching outwards, I had to stretch upwards like a cat. You know, it's not too bad. Shinri is 2.2 small, grandmother's tall. Not gonna look cozy. It is cozy. It's a weird sensation because I opened the door and then I look down and it's just bed. And the idea of having an entire room dedicated to only the bed is weird. It feels weird. But like at the head of my bed, there's like enough space for or there's like a little outlet so I can charge my phone. And Honestly, what more do you need? You got your bed, got a pillow, you got an outlet close by so that you can charge your phone while you sleep. Like, who needs more than that, right? Not pictured at the, like above on the ceiling where my head is the heater. The only problem is that it blows heat directly down into my face, so I had to like intentionally turn it away from me, or else I end up getting very dehydrated. Like the first time I slept with that on, my lips were like chafed. They were dry. They were super dry because I got so dehydrated overnight. So I had to make sure I got like point the fan away from me. But yeah, Mana-chan enters the room looking for Shinri, doors ajar, revealing an arm and eyes looking up in the darkness. Do you meet your ghost roommate yet? No, I've been waiting for them to pop out, but I haven't seen them do anything. Oh man, I don't know. Maybe they're just intimidated. Maybe there's just too much electronics. I spent the day also setting up my VR setup. So I couldn't get the base stations to hang up there. So instead what I did was I bought these really cheap tripods. They're meant for camera lights. So like the mounts that you put the lights on for like photo shoots and things like that, but they're really cheap. And they're stationary, so they're not supposed to move or anything. So I got a couple of those and I set up my base stations on them right now. And I'm like carving out a space in the middle to do stuff. And later today, I'm gonna be trying to like set up my full body tracking too. So I don't know, maybe it's just because there's so many electronics in my room that it's causing EMF like interference, so they can't do much. It's just the one time when you're streaming so far. The ghost only speaks Japanese, so they're shy. I don't bite. What do I have to do? Like, do I get chopsticks and then... Oh, wait, do I actually get, like... I have proper chopsticks now. I can give them a little offering. I'm pretty sure I'm not allowed to light incense in my room because that's smoke. Which is kind of sad. I like the smell of sandalwood. It's really nice. I like incense smells. But we'll see. Love to see you guys cramped inside the bedroom. Time to play how many stars can fill the room. I think. Hang on. Let me go double check again. Hang on a minute. Okay, I think 4 of us can sit on the bed. If we each take corners, 4 of us can sit on the bed, and then 1 of us can stand where there is no bed, and we could probably fit 5 of us into the room. I don't know how many more. Maybe if we open the closet, we can like shove Flayon in there because he's itty bitty, but yeah, he would have to like hold on to the walls, but like a 5-star room. Man, so why is your house stigmatized again? There was a death in the unit. I don't know anything about the individual, but there just was a death in the unit, and that's all I know. But yeah, that's why. But that's really it. I don't know. Like, are they supposed to give me like any information about it? Because I don't know. They haven't told me too much. They're just like there was a death. I'm like, that's cool with me. I'm chill. The Shonen meeting in the main character's house like Bleach. Oh my god. When Ichigo comes home and all the captains are shoved into his tiny little room. Man. Like performing a ritual, yeah. So you're saying you should make a fighting ring in your bedroom, HOLOSTARS Battle Royale? No, it'd be way too small. We wouldn't, like, you'd have to sit cross-legged. Or no, not even cross-legged. I think that would be way too wide. Like, they would have to sit with their knees up against their chest to fit onto the corners of the bed. and then the other person would have to stand up straight. They wouldn't be able to like stretch their arms out. It's really itty bitty. It's really small. But yeah, listening while working. Nice, nice. Good luck with your work. Sorry, Shinri said this apartment had a tragedy occur. We understand if you don't want to, I'll take it. No, it was really like that. They're just like, hey, are you okay with stigmatized property? Like, there was a death in the unit. Are you okay with that? And I'm like, yes. Do you not know who I am? Like, the shrimping sit. You gotta shrimp. You have to. There's no other way we would all fit in that though. Streamers when like Tokyo Trade Rush Hour. That's one thing I'm like super grateful for, that I don't have to go through the train station during rush hour in the mornings. I'm so grateful for that. I've done it like a couple of times in the past, but it's not fun. Especially like during the more extreme weathers, like during the like right now when it's really cold, or in the middle of summer when it's really hot and damp and humid and everyone is a little bit moist. Like, I'm really glad we don't have to deal with that. But man, I really hope my VR equipment hasn't gotten damaged, because I'm gonna be honest, I have not tested it out yet, because I didn't want to set everything up and then take it all down at the company apartments. So I haven't actually tested it all. So we'll see if it works or not, and then I'll get you guys some VR streams too. Let me date your ghost. The ghost is nervous about how excited you were. Did you say moist? Yeah, everyone is moist during the summertime, because yeah, summer in a suit on a train, that's like the worst thing, because it's really hot, it's really humid, and then everyone is slightly damp. But you all have to pack into the train anyway, because you've got to go to work, you know? Potentially the ghost moves out after you move in. No, come back. I want a roommate. But, wait. I have to get a yoga mat or something. Because right now the floor is tile? It's textured like wood, but it doesn't feel like wood, which is why I think it's tile. It's just like painted tile. But it's like really hard, and I can't really do much on it right now. I'm like slipping and sliding. No public bathroom to change before work, or changing in the work bathroom. Yeah. Hopefully they won't turn into a holo or something, or maybe they will. And then I'll be like, ooh, that's really cool. Can I see that mask? Man, I saw this short about oh gosh, is it Scandinavian, where like the Nordic regions, where like the myth, the folklore of Krampus came around. Apparently there's a big uptick of tourism to those places because people are horny for Krampus. It used to be a thing where people were scared of Krampus growing up, but now it's like people are going there expressly because they're horny for Krampus. And it's like, man, what's happening to the world? What's happening to the world, you know? They just had the Krampus parade a week ago. That's where all the footage is probably from. But yeah, there were people going around like getting, I can't think of a pun, but they were getting real close to Krampus. Oh no, I hope the Krampus doesn't get me. I'm so vulnerable. Oh no, I have fallen and I can't get up. Did Krampus become sexy Tumblr man when I wasn't looking? I feel like it's gotten to the point where everyone is now just really horny for everything. I saw a bunch of people talking about how much they were thirsting over Pennywise the clown, and it's like, what? Oh no, Pennywise, I'm so scared of goth baddies. Please don't turn into a goth baddie and scare me. Oh no. You know, like So that kind of stuff, right? Because Pennywise manifests your worst fears and then uses that fear and feeds off of it, right? So it's like, oh no, I'm so scared of baddies, like God baddies. We are very touch-starved and lonely. Seriously. Man. Speaking of Norwegian Monster Men, did you ever play Through the Woods? No. What is that? Imagine getting ignored by Santa because you were naughty, but ignored by Krampus because you weren't naughty enough. Oh no. Oh no, Krampus, come over here. I'll show you naughty enough. I'm gonna take the shopping cart and then I'm gonna leave it in the parking lot so that it takes up the parking space. Oh, that's pretty naughty. I'm gonna take a handbasket and then you take food items from the refrigerated area and then you air quotes return it by leaving it on the shelf in like the cereal aisle. Who does that? Like, oh my god, I am so mad. There was a person who did that, not here, back in California. They took like fish out of like the fish aisle in the little, you know, the little styrofoam cup like dish bowl thing with the saran wrap packaging on it, right? Like they took the fish from there and then they walked around and then they got to this like the dry foods aisle and they're like, I don't want the fish, and they just leave it on the shelf. Like, what? Who does that? What the hell? Out of all things, why fish? I don't know. It's crazy. But like, oh my god. That's pretty naughty. There we go. Reminded me of a meme I saw on Twitter. A guy with took a selfie with the facial recognition showing approximate age and mood. The guy was 18, 20 years old and horny. The ghost is 150, 200 years old and scared. I've seen that one too, where the little facial recognition box is just hovering over like empty space, but like it says like the age 150, mood scared. Van Brian, Okoedi, thank you for re-upping the membership. Welcome back, welcome back. Oh no, low battery power. What the heck? Oh no, is the cable not plugged in? I thought I plugged it in properly. What the heck? That was the worst. It's not even naughty anymore. That's just being a menace. Oh no. Hang on a minute, chat. I gotta go plug it in. I think maybe it fell out when I was moving my stuff around. No, it's plugged in. What the heck? A haunting has occurred. But these are like minor hauntings. I don't want like minor hauntings. I want like genuine hauntings, you know? My TikTok algorithm has gotten to the point where it shows me all the spooky stuff at nighttime, but it's really comforting for me. Like, I don't know, there was a video of this girl who was like just doing her makeup, and then the lights started flickering, and then it seemed really scary at first, and then she's like, oh, is that you, Nana? And then the lights start flickering really rapidly, and it's like, oh, wait, it's her grandmother saying hello? That's so sweet. And the light was like flickering, and like every time like she asked the question about Nana, like the lights would start to flicker. It's like, oh, you know, because like it was one of those like it initially was spooky, and then like very quickly becomes heartwarming. Wait, why is this not charging? Is it? Huh? BT Twitter is ran by GW from Metal Gear Solid now. I don't know what GW is. I'm sorry. What is that? Why is it doing this? Please. Wait, is the internet connected? It is connected. Okay. What the heck? But yeah, like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of oh, there we go. I feel like a lot of spooky things aren't that spooky when you realize, like, okay, if the premise of a ghost is a person dies and then they become a ghost, fun fact, they're still a person. They're just not corporeal, you know? So it's like, why... Ugh. Like, why is everyone so scared? Like, if I died and I became a ghost, like, I'd pull pranks on Haka all the time, you know? I'd go, like, mess around with them. So, like... like, it doesn't mean I'd suddenly become an evil, demonic monster that wants to hurt others, like, just because you become a ghost, you know? Like, there's still people, right? So, like, I don't get it. I know there's, like, negative energies and stuff like that, like, when it comes to, like, violent deaths or, like, places where lots of tragedies occurred, right? But that's fairly rare. You know, like, you got to go out of your way intentionally. Like, I don't know, like going to like a battlefield, like a Civil War battlefield where, like, lots of death occurred. Like, sure, but, like, you have to go out of your way. You're not gonna find that kind of negative energy in a house, you know? But I don't know. Like, I think you got to go out of your way to summon a negative entity if you want to experience that kind of stuff. For the most part, I feel like ghosts are chill. Like, they're just dudes. They're just people, you know? You just want to cause chaos and mischief, right? Scary person becoming a ghost will be scary. True. If it does depend, but, like, I don't know. I feel like most people are pretty chill, you know? Wait, what's that behind you? Oh, it's Puriko. Sugar pill overdose. Thank you. Thank you for the 2 years. I know people are pretty freaking terrifying even before they die. True. Okay, fair. I mean, like, I know there are bad people out there, but I meant, like, when I think of a ghost, right? In my mind, they're just people. You know? Like, I don't know many people going around and, like, intentionally causing harm to others. Because, like, if I go outside, most people are just minding their own business. And I feel that ghosts would end up minding their own business unless they were, like, little prankster ghosts who were just like, oh, I can do silly things now. Hey, 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 you know? But yeah, it would be nice if they shared rent too. Hey, if you're gonna stay here, if you're gonna use my electricity, if you're gonna, you know, knock over my non-existent plates, okay, like, if you're gonna, like, knock over my chopsticks, you know, then you better replace those. There's a man that's been walking around the world for 30 years. He said that people are still kind, which is comforting. Yeah, they're still good out there. They're still good out there. Also, I don't know. I feel like I've seen more and more people just be nonchalant with ghosts nowadays. I saw a short of this pair of guys who were like, "Hey, ghosts, you ever heard of an air fryer?" They just take out an air fryer and then they plug it into their generator and then they start cooking pizza pockets. They're like, "You've never had pizza pockets before in your life, have you? Check this out." And they just open the bag, just dump the pizza pockets into the air fryer, start cooking it right there. And then as soon as they do, they hear, like, clattering and crashing noises down the hall. They're like, "Oh my god, they're really excited for the pizza pockets." And then there's that one guy on TikTok, Noah versus Paranormal, where he walks around haunted and abandoned places with a giant speaker, and like, the giant speaker has, like, LED lights on it that, like, shine like this rave colors, right? And he's like, "Spirits, it's time to dance," and then he, like, plays Lady Gaga music, you know, while running down the abandoned hospital hallways and stuff, you know. Like, I just think people have gotten to the point where, like, we've been exposed to it so much, it's not scary anymore, and we're just like, you know what, life sucks, let's just have fun, right? Like, leaving a pizza pocket on the shrine as an offering. Wait, that's actually kind of sick. Wait, that's crazy. Babylon calls skip of the soup. Wait, I can be like I could get like little takis and then like wrap them up with like string and add a little bow on them and be like, here is an offering from the land that I come from. Here is some. Hey Ghost, I offered you Baja Blast. Could you imagine like getting like offerings of like Doritos and Baja Blast and like Takis and just random stuff like that? It's like, this is a delicacy we call deep fried butter. It's a stick of butter that we deep fried, and I offer it to you. And the ghost is like, no, I don't want that. I don't want it. And then they see you slowly bringing down the 2 chopsticks so that you can place it into the stick of butter. And they're like, no, stop. Oh my god. Taco Bell offering the bathroom toilets are flushing out of nowhere, right? Oh my god. Shinri introducing red 40 and junk food to Japanese ghosts. Oh no. Oh my god. Like, at all the most chemical type of stuff ever, right? Ancestors would roll in their graves. If they did roll around their graves, you could hook up a generator to them and then use them as an energy source. So when they spin, they turn the generator and then oh my god, wait, it's not even just like food with red 40, it's like just straight up a cup of red 40 food dye. It's just a cup. You know, of just food coloring. Chipotle UI. Chipotle UI. Wait, how do you Chipotle UI? Oh my god. Here goes. You can have my lead-filled Lunchables. Oh man. Get the ghost hooked on Coca-Cola? Nah, the ghosts probably had like the original, like the OG Coca-Cola with the actual cocaine in them. They're like, psh, this new stuff isn't anything, right? But cream cheese sushi rolls? No, that would be I feel like that would be some kind of a crime. Like, I made you sushi, and like, oh, this foreigner made sushi. Let me check it out. And it's just like those California rolls, the cream cheese, the cucumber, and like little, like maybe 4 or 5 bits of the imitation crab, right? Oh man. Oh, do you got? Oh man, if I had like one of the OG Four Locos, the ones with like the energy drink worth of caffeine in it. Oh my god, wait, that reminds. If you guys haven't seen, Steve had me on for his like VTubers make him a drink show, and we were talking about buzz balls. Could you imagine getting offered a buzz ball, like the sickly green radioactive little orb of like 15% alcohol is just oh my god. The ghost would reject them. Wait, can you reject them? Like, if you stick the chopsticks into it, like, do they have to eat it? Do they have to consume it? Or does it just make it available for them to consume it, you know? DUIs, HUIs, hauntings under the influence. Oh man, the ghost is getting smashed instantly. Man, like, what other stuff? I mean, like, okay, it has to be good food. It has to be edible. Well, for certain definitions of edible. Oh my god. Wait. Okay. Hold up. I had a crazy thought. Very heroic. Thank you so much for the 33 buttons. Ghosts will be so considerate and haunt your kitchen to make you authentic, healthy food. It's like, no, this guy needs help. I can't let him go on his own. Oh, Quady, thank you for reaping the membership. Oh, long goggles, thank you for the super. Saw an upside down buzzball in the middle of the road of the day. Oh man. Good luck to everyone going through that. Was it at least a good flavor? I say, knowing that there's no good flavor of Buzzball. Thank you for the soup. I was thinking, like, okay, chatfish. If I die and I become a ghost, before being able to try certain foods, okay? Like, I really want to try surströmming. I hear so much about surströmming, and I want to try it, right? So, if I die and I become a ghost, please at least offer me some, right? Like, I will write it on a will, and then let you guys have a copy of it. So when the people show up to the graveyard, and they're like, what the hell is with all these fish bringing these tin cans of surströmming, right? They'll be like, no. You guys can be like, no, we have permission. Like, it's in the will. Like, oh man. And then you can open the can and then like stick the chopsticks inside it, right? And then let me try it, okay? I feel like Eddie's spirit would turn hostile if you gave him that. Wait, if I die in Japan, does he say haunting Japanese people? Oh, could I? Oh my god! Wait, that would be hilarious. If if I could be a sleep paralysis demon, but it's a foreigner in your land. Sumimasen. Train station doko desu ka? Like, it's just me standing in the hallway asking them the really obnoxious tourist questions, but with the really bad accent, because he keeps asking how to work the thermostat. Help! It's all in Japanese. I can't hit the buttons. I don't know what the buttons do. Oh my god. Oh wait, I could be an influencer ghost. Oh, I could be like there'll be this poor Japanese person just sleeping, right? And then like from the walls they'll hear me say things like, here are the top 5 things you shouldn't do when you go to Japan. Number 1, when you eat with chopsticks, don't just, you know, all those like really stupid like influencer tip things, right? I could start doing that. Oh my god. I can be so obnoxious as a ghost. Man. Number 3 will blow your mind. Stay to the end. You know, like, Tsunade, thank you for the 10 months. Okoedi, work done. Company time with Shinri. Okay, tourist sleep paralysis demon sounds hilarious. I just think it, like, see, that's the thing. I'm not afraid of spooky stuff, like stereotypically spooky stuff, right? I'm afraid of humans and human interaction, right? Like when someone comes up to me and asks me for things, like, okay, this was a thing, I don't know why, but when I took a trip to San Francisco with a couple of my friends, right? But because I look Asian and I was in like the Asian part of San Francisco, they just kind of expected that I was a local. So they came up to me and they were like, hey, you know, like, can you tell me where this is? I'm like, I'm a tourist here just like you. I don't live here. I don't go here. I can't tell you anything, right? So I was like, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know where to go, but I think it's that way. And I point them down one road, and then like 5 minutes later, I realized like, oh shoot, I sent them the wrong direction. You know, like that kind of stuff. I don't like dealing with people like that. So that's, you know, that would be the terrifying thing, like social interaction, you know? Zama-sama, thank you for the 34 months. So quitty. Congrats on the new plays. I can't stay for stream as I'm heading out for graduation dinner. Oh, congratulations. Oh my goodness, here's to many more accomplishments. Let's go. Oh my god, congrats. Congrats, that's exciting. I hope you treat yourself to something good. Yo, that's right. We're entering like final season for a lot of people, aren't we? Ooh, good luck on your exams. Good luck on your finals if you're taking those. Oh man. If I start getting haunted by a ghost that starts chilling a crypto coin. Oh my god. sleep paralysis demon, but it's a tech bro, and he's trying to shield you crypto coins. It's like, no, trust me, bro. Chungus coin is gonna go through the roof. It's not a rug pull. It's already been verified. There's like stakes and verifications and decentralized chunguses and. Oh my god. AI bro trying to get you to produce AI content for money. Oh my god, it's like, okay, imagine this. It's like Uber, but AI. So like the AI will take care of the cars and the driving and making the food, and the AI will also deliver it to you, and we'll use AI to optimize. Oh my god, I feel physically sick to say that kind of stuff. Oh my goodness. With generative AI, all your dreams can come true in your dreams. I saw a guy, he was like a hiring director for like stage performance plays, I think. Some kind of like production, but he basically had this thing of like, will AI replace actors? We put it to the test. And he's like, okay, we're gonna go through a hiring interview and give it a shot. Like, let's see how good these AI actors are, right? And they're just so bad. It's horrible. It's so bad. There's no way to make it work. Man. It's lit to save health miracle drink pyramid scheme with a new coat of paint. Truly, voice and everything, right? Hey guys, have you... Okay, so the example that I always go back to is acai berries, because acai berries were the health scam of my generation. Because when I was growing up in like high school, it was everywhere. Acai berries. Like, did you guys know we have discovered a new superfood from Asia? Like, yes, all of Asia, like the entire continent of Asia is where this one berry, like, oh my god, this Asian superfood, the acai berry. Just one drink of this provides antioxidants. It cleanses your body of toxins. It, like, oh my god. People still consider them a health food. It's a berry. It's a berry. It's a fruit. It's like any other, you know, like no one's gonna be like, did you, like, introducing a new revolutionary health food straight from the mythical lands of America. Honey Crisp apples. Did you guys know eating a Honey Crisp apple provides you antioxidants, health benefits? It's just fruit. It's just that. It's just fruit, you know? Like, oh my god. Do you know what? Okay, of all the food, like, come on. If you're gonna gentrify all those foods, durians. Come on, do it. I dare you. I dare you to hit the durians of the gentrification. Like, let's see you try to gentrify that, you know? Like... There it is. Fruit gentrification challenge. Difficulty impossible. Durians, you know? I love durians. I love durians. I love durians in any kind. Like, I love durian ice cream. I love freezing the raw durian itself and then using that as ice cream. Just like, oh, it's so good, right? But man, I'm just so tired of people being all like, oh, look at this exotic food from this crazy place that we've never heard before. It's like, oh my god, like, just because you're bad at geography doesn't mean it's like a mythical land, you know, from the wilderness or whatever, right? Oh my god. Durian smoothie? Oh, that sounds so good. Man. Yeah, it's Asia. All of Asia. Where? All. Just the whole Asia. This is how I want fruit to be marketed. Hey, check this fruit out from Asia. It's tasty, right? Man, it reminds me of the one at North America TikTok discovered Touch Me Not closing leaves for the first time. I thought we had those everywhere. Like I had them near my area where you could like play with them. I learned later that you're not supposed to like mess with them too much, because if you get them to like open and close too often, they'll like Venus flytraps where they use up the energy, and at some point they end up dying. So like you're not supposed to constantly keep touching them, sadly. And I learned that too late. I feel kind of bad for that. Yeah, it stresses them out. Yeah. Ernilfa, hello, welcome. Please speak in English. Please chat in English. We gotta moderate chat, and we can only moderate in English. But hello, welcome. Stream got me opening the fridge at 5:30 in the morning. 5:30 in the morning. Wait, I hope when you say 5:30 in the morning, it's because you woke up at 5:30, not that you stayed up until 5:30. Is it using up the energy that kills them, or is it overstressing their like plant muscles or whatever? I think it's both, because they only have a certain amount of energy stores in their like leaves. Like the Venus flytraps will only close a certain number of times before they wilt and die and fall off. So I don't know. I haven't studied too much about that, but I think it's got to do something with both, like not muscle, but like the stores of energy that they have inside the leaves to be able to close it, or something like that. Listen, we have insomnia too, like streamer, like chat. I'm trying to fix my sleep schedule. Wait, got hit with the devil's nap at 6 p.m. Those are the worst. It's like it's like, oh my god, around 6-7 is the perfect time for a nap, but it's also the worst time for a nap too, because then you wake up at like 2 a.m. and you're like, what year is it? What time is it? You know, like, there it is. Keep saying it, chat fish. 6-7. Oh my god, he said 6-7. I know it's not gonna last. Like, oh my god, 6-7. He said 6-7. No, I already know that 6-7 isn't gonna be a meme that lasts a long time. It doesn't have the makings of a lasting meme. It's like one of those like burst memes that show up a little bit and then they disappear after a while, you know? He said that thing. My teacher literally referenced 6-7 in our class. Yeah. How do you know? It's hard to explain, because it's a thing that I've grown up with, like as a millennial, right? I was there when, you know, I was there when the memes became, you know, when they became a thing, when they came into existence. I was there for the dawn of the Rage comics, right? But like, if you've been online as long as I have, and like just been part of like internet culture, there are lots of memes that come out into existence, and some of them have lasting power, others don't. And 6-7 does not hit the right notes, you know? It doesn't hit the right the energy to be a lasting meme, you know? There's something about 6-7 that doesn't have the energy, whereas like what's a good meme that's stuck around? The moth meme comes and goes cyclically. 420, 69. Well, 69 makes sense because there's meaning behind 69. You know, it's a sex position, so like there's like a meaning to it. So it's not just people using it as a meme, but they also use it for its intended meaning, right? Bunny hugger, thank you. Think about the soup. Also, if your liver and kidneys are functioning properly, you don't need a food or smoothie or juice to cleanse toxins from your body. You already do that on your own. Yes, exactly. You don't. Like, big red flag if anything claims to remove toxins, but it doesn't specify exactly what chemical it is or by what biomechanical methods it cleanses those air quote toxins out of. It's bullshit. Anyone that just says toxins generally, they're lying to you. It's just a marketing term that they try to like use to peddle to people, because your body takes care of a lot of stuff, right? Your liver like does a whole good job of filtering things out, but it's not just filtering things out like a screen filter, right? Like, there are actual chemical processes that happen. There are actual enzymes that break down certain things into different products that your body can get rid of as waste, right? If the person selling you those products cannot specify exactly what those like biochemical or biomechanical processes are, they're lying to you. Fruits and smoothies are still good, but the cleansing claims are bad. Exactly. Yeah. Thank you for the super. Shadow, thank you. Do not cite me. Do not cite the memes to me, for I was there when they were written. Some koi-themed archer, probably. Thank you for the super, Shadow. And Trucky, have you seen the Grinch short about replying 8-9 to kid 6-7? No, I haven't seen that one. But like 6-7, it doesn't have the right energy to it to have a lasting impact. I don't know how to explain it. It's like my heuristics for memes, you know? Thank you for the super, Trucky. And like 420 is lasting because 420 used to be police code for marijuana, so it eventually became co-opted as like, this is the term that we're going to be using because it was the police code and we're going to take it for ourselves. And it has a meaning to it, right? So when you say 420, you think of marijuana, right? And when you think of 6-9, you think of like the sex position, right? But when you say 6-7 and all the kids are like, oh, 6-7, 6-7, 6-7, right? There is no meaning behind it. It's just like, it's a thing that you parrot because other people are saying it, and beyond that, there is no other meaning to it, right? Like, it is intentionally meaningless, and it becomes a thing that young kids say because older people are confused about it, right? But as soon as there comes a tipping point when the other people, the older people, just realize, oh, it's just a thing they say. It's like Pokemon. They just say the thing, right? And it stops losing the whole "what does 6-7 mean" kind of thing, right? Like when people stop asking that question, it stops becoming fun, and then it's gonna just fade away. You know, it doesn't have the good vibes. The lore isn't there exactly. Why is 6 afraid of 7? Because 7, 8, 9. See, that one's nice because that's a fun pun, you know? 6-7 is like nice, but with no purpose. Yeah. Sooner or later, 6-7 will turn into an SCP. Wait, hang on. That's a good question. SCP-6-7. Let's see. Oh, it's a pen. It's an actual. There is an SCP. I'm so sorry to this SCP. That your that the fan or the children have ruined the numbers so far. Makes me contemplate what's the lasting value of Skibidi Toilet. Skibidi Toilet will last a long time, not because it is like a valuable meme on its own, but because it's one of the first. Okay, technically it's not the first, but it's like Minecraft. You know, there were lots of cube-based like crafting games before Minecraft. Like, was it Infinity Miner or something like that was the game that Minecraft was based off of, but Minecraft was the one that kind of took off and became a global sensation, right? Skibidi Toilet is one of those. It is an absurdist meme where like the intent is just to be absurd and like crazy and out there, right? With loud noises, lots of screaming, big explosions, sound effects. It doesn't necessarily have like lore or like a meaning behind it. It's just absurd for absurdism's sake, right? Using like the free tools that were available in Gmod because it was easily accessible, right? But I think Skibidi Toilet will last a long time because it's one of the few that broke out into mainstream media for whatever reason. I don't know why it, of all the ones, like all the absurdist memes before it, didn't make it through that like barrier. But now that it has, I think because of that, it's gonna be a lasting meme that's gonna survive, even though there really isn't much substance behind it, you know, like keeping it afloat, you know? It was so overplayed it got staying power. Yeah, something like that. It's media now. I feel like Skibidi Toilet was first gen alpha meme that took off. I don't really know. I think it was a little bit too early for gen alpha. Like gen alpha was like 7, 8, 9 years old when Skibidi Toilet came out. Like they weren't even teenagers to know like the whole the meme culture of like getting the memes and sharing them around and stuff like that, you know? The right meme at the right time. Skibi's annoying brother of Crazy Frog. They all kind of have like that same like the same vibes, right? It broke containment. I thought I heard people say it does eventually develop some sort of storyline in later videos, but have not watched it. It initially did not have any. But the creator, I believe, went out of their way to try and put together a storyline. Like there's like the Skibidi Toilet universe where there are multiple characters, but these are placed I can't remember the word. The information that we see about the lore of Skibidi Toilet was put in place after the thing came out, you know? Like, you know, kind of like how Five Nights at Freddy's was there, and like it was just a silly jump scare horror game, right? And then afterwards, when it took off, then that's when the lore started to come together, and like the guy started to put like a narrative behind the games, right? Like it didn't really make sense, and there are still like a whole bunch of like loophole, like plot holes and stuff, right? Like Skibidi Toilet wasn't designed with the lore in mind. It was made, became popular, and then lore was added to it afterwards, you know? Like Toho making the lore, yeah, like it existed first, and then people added lore to it afterwards. So, yeah. For that, I felt like the creator took lore from fanfiction creators. I wouldn't be surprised. There's a lot of, you know, a lot of inspiration you could take from a lot of different places. And then Matt was right. FNAF was set in Hellenberg. Okay, one thing that I really... I don't know where I stand on this. Because my thought is I don't fully understand this enough to know where I stand on it. So I need more examples, right? But with the advent of YouTube video essays, especially for games, especially for like indie projects, one thing that I've noticed is that there's a lot of people out there who are going out and trying to find like small games to make video essays about, to be like, oh, here's the unexplored lore of insert small indie game here that they found on itch.io, right? Because they want to go popular. Like it's the big thing to do nowadays, right? Like video essays are about video games, and indie stuff is all the rage. And the worry that I have is that a video goes viral, it pops off, right? And the creator ends up feeling pressured to conform their original view, their original vision for the game to fit this content creator's interpretation of said game, simply because of the fact that it went viral. You know? Like, if I made a game and I have a story and then I put the game out and then MatPat does a video about it and then he interprets it in the way that I did not intend it to be interpreted. Like, I meant for this to be one thing, but he interprets it in another way, but his audience sees it and it gets like 20 million views, right? What am I supposed to do as a small indie creator? Right? You can't just come out and be like, actually, MatPat, you're wrong. And like, have to deal, like, sure, you can talk to MatPat and he'd probably understand, right? Like, you'd probably be able to open up a communication talk with him and his team and like get it corrected, right? But it's not that. It's the fans. It's the fans who see it once and then they're like, okay, I understand everything because someone told me, right? This YouTuber told me. And then they're the ones that split off and then like, actually, creator, you're wrong because I saw this YouTube video. And like, you may be able to update the video later on, but let's be real. A lot of people, you know, it's not even kids, it's a lot of people in general. They see a video once and then they just assume, okay, that's set. That's now written in stone, right? And then they just go on with the rest of their life, assuming that's never gonna change. You know, they don't revisit it. So it's the fandoms, it's the audience bases that I worry about. Like, I don't know how to deal with that kind of stuff. So like, I'm not sure where I stand on that, because on one hand, my immediate knee-jerk reaction is that seems not cool. But then the other hand is like, it's an inevitability because of how influencers do that, like how influencers work, you know? I don't know. Sadly, it's the same thing with authors changing the plot of their sequel books because the people guessed it correctly. No! It's like Pokemon, right? Eevee was supposed to have I forget what type. There was a type evolution that Eevee was supposed to have, but then the fans created one that was so close and so similar. Flying Eevee. there was supposed to be a flying Eevee, but the fan creations were so close and so accurate that Nintendo was like, well, we can't use this now because, or Game Freak was like, we can't use this now because then it'd be like just copying, you know, like it'd be like copyright infringement off the fan works that the others have, the fandom has made, you know. Smaller game creators have seemed to change lore because they didn't want to be what everyone guessed. Ah, man. I don't know. It's a difficult situation because when I think of indie games, I still think back of the 2012 era where like RPG Maker horror games were popping out, you know, like Mad Father, Witch's House, a couple of years before that, Corpse Party, and like these RPG Maker games weren't made by huge teams. Like oftentimes they were made by one person or maybe like a pair, a duo working together on a game, right? And there wasn't this whole rush to be like, oh, a new indie game came out, I'm gonna go play it and then interpret it my way and then make a YouTube video about it because I gotta be first, right? Like there wasn't that pressure. Like indie games came out, communities talked about it, and they just had like this really cool, like you went to forums, you had discussions, you like shared screenshots, you're like, check out this really cool thing I found or whatever, right? Like there was that discussion. There wasn't this whole like, I want to be the influencer who introduces people to this because I want to grow my channel, right? Like it's the thing I saw with Silent Hill F. Like, oh my god, so many people were rushing to be first to try to be the ones to create their Silent Hill F lore explained videos that they got it wrong because they only played the first storyline, right? We had to play 4 times to get the true ending, right? Did they do that? No, they just speed ran the first ending and they're like, got it. I'm gonna make a video about it because I gotta be first. I gotta put out the YouTube video quickly, right? Like that's what it is. And like that part I expressly dislike. But it's how you gotta play the game, you know? Like if you wanna be able to like make it a career as a content creator, you gotta play the game, sadly. Do you feel like that as a rodent with lore? My lore is just my background. I don't know if it's like history, but I wouldn't call it lore. Survey, thank you. Evolutions are made on the physical special split. Evolutions only have a special type. As far as we know, for a missing 8 physical type, none have been planned. Oh, interesting. I guess we have that information too because there was that huge leak of all like the Nintendo assets too. So maybe it is confirmed that there weren't any planned. Meb, thank you for the re-upping the membership. Hey Shinri, speaking of things vaguely or not related to indie horror games, I won Employee of the Month at work today. Fish for everyone. Let's go! Congratulations. Wait, did we ever finish Employee of the Month? I don't know if we ever finished it. I know we got to like a whole bunch of places, but I think there was like a body part that we had to find, like the head, the hand, the arm, the leg, and torso and things like that. We never completed it, did we? We gotta go try that. We gotta go back into it again. Yeah, a lot of really young parts of fandoms aren't able to discern between canon, headcanon, fanon, and theories, and can make theorizing discussion or even things like fanfic tough. Yeah, oh my god. Also, can I just say real quick, what the heck is going on with the younger generation nowadays and like the weird like puritanical culture that they've got with like if you like a character, you somehow are like you side with their worldview and things like that, right? I've ranted about this a couple of times, but like the big example that I think we all know is like Jimmy from Mouthwashing, right? Like what is going on with that? Like it seems like every single time that I see like discussions about this, there's always like, oh, you like that character? How dare you draw that character? How dare you like call him by his real name? Don't you know he's like oh, like did you play Mouthwashing? Do you know what he did to Anya? And it's like just because you draw fan art does not mean you are advocating for, like, it's a character. The fact that you are that mad shows that he's a pretty well-written antagonist of a story, you know? Like, what is going on? I've seen it more and more. But like, this is what I'm saying. Like earlier, like we gotta get offline. We need to step away from these online communities from time to time because people don't talk like that IRL, you know? But like, man, I've been seeing a few of those. Yeah, they always gotta try to do, like pull a gotcha on you. Man, they double down a little too hard sometimes. They start screaming about random stuff like, "Oh, this is your digital footprint. If you keep drawing fan art of him, then people will know what kind of a horrible person you are because your digital footprint will show all this fan art." And like, I took a screenshot so you can't delete it. And it's like, what? Like they're an artist. Just let them art. What? The devs that modeled the character. Oh my god, yeah. People are too online and do not understand media literacy. They really are. Are they too attached to fictional characters? No. They attribute morality of an audience member to the morality of the character. So if I say like okay, just use the mouth-washing example again, right? If you draw fan art of Jimmy, these kids will come out and they assume, oh, you are you're someone who would essay women like Jimmy because you are drawing fan art of him. You know, like they attribute that morality of the character, of the fictional character, to the person who is, you know, drawing fan art or writing fan fiction or even mentioning the person's name, right? And it's like, what is going on? There's a lot of people who can't separate fiction from reality, and it's annoying, right? Like the whole point of these fictional stories is to give you a look into a scenario, see how the characters act, and give you an opportunity to ask yourself, what would I do in this situation? You know? Like how would this influence me, my behavior, my actions? Like what, like pushed to these limits, pushed into these crazy scenarios, what would I do, right? It gives you that opportunities to think and reflect on yourself. Like that's why I love horror games, right? Yeah, not ever is a character meant to be emulated. Yeah, exactly. They're just characters. They're just fictional characters. I've heard it's because they don't have the power or control in their own lives and situation. They feel like they can exert it online, rally a movement against others in the moral crusade. Man. And it's always small people. Like, smaller creators, smaller streamers, smaller YouTubers. Like, gosh, I just remember, like... man... I've already gone on the rant before, so I won't go on it again. But they never direct it to like the actual character itself. They direct it to like small content creators, like just someone who's like an artist. You know, they have like 1,000 followers at most, even, right? Their art gets maybe 12 likes or so, but they'll drop a paragraph underneath them being like, how dare you draw this person? Do you know what they did in the person? Like what they did to this other person? Do you know what they do in the story? Right? And it's never at like the fictional character themselves. It's always at the people around them in the fandom, the small folks that they can target. Yeah, exactly. It's people that they can make targets of. Exactly. You know, man, God forbid someone wants to do a character study, right? But I don't know. I remember when there were Johan fans, Monster getting flamed that they just like looking at him, and he's a good villain in general. But that's the thing. Like good villains, like well-written villains, are supposed to make you feel bad. You know, like you're supposed to feel angry about the stuff they do because they're well-written. You know, like. I don't know, like a goofy Disney-esque villain where like I'm evil for evil's sake, and because I am evil, I'm going to do evil things. Why? Because I'm evil. Like the one-dimensional characters, right? Like those aren't boring. Like those are boring. And more, I want to see well fleshed out villains who have like actual compelling reasons behind them. But when people can't discern the difference between a well-written villain and people who enjoy the fact that he is a well-written villain, but are not advocating for the villain's beliefs, like, they don't understand that difference, you know? Oh my god. They take it out on the fan artists because they can't really do anything about it to the fictional characters, maybe. Right, but like, what? They're just an artist. They're just on Twitter. They're just sharing their art. Like, why do you gotta dogpile on them? Why do you gotta harass them? Why do you gotta send death threats? What the heck? People sending death threats about that kind of stuff? Man. It's much easier to attack the fans, yeah. Yeah. Related. Just because a villain has an understandable ideology does not mean that their methods are okay. Yep. Completely agree with that. But like that's part of it. To be able to understand, be like, okay, I understand where you're coming from. It explains your behavior, but it does not excuse your behavior. You know, like to be able to look at that and then, you know, look at the characters in that way. And I'm going to be honest, I have no idea how to fix it. I don't know if this is a thing that can be fixed or if it's a thing that should be fixed. I don't know. From my point of view, it feels like it's something that it's just gonna be how it is for the rest of time, and I am a little bit worried. My take in is just I'm going to create my own little community, my own little sphere of people who can understand nuance, and if others can't, then they're not welcome in this community, you know. But it's not my job to like air quotes fix the internet, because I don't think it's possible. I don't think it's a thing that can be done. Belly, thank you for the super. Congrats on the new apartment. By the way, have you heard there's a new Junji Ito game which was developed by the same dev that handles the Bridge Curse? Oh, ooh, wait, we gotta take a look into that. Thank you for the super. Wait, I'll see it. I'll see if we can get the permits for that one. Yeah. The best way to fix this is stop giving crazy people attention for their antics. I would love to. I would love it if it was that simple, but I've heard stories of small creators getting harassed with death threats, and when they go to block the people who are harassing them, that just causes these people to double down, make burner accounts, and then harass them through multiple ways and even dox them, or like find out where they live and send threatening letters or call their workplace. Like, I wish it was as easy as blocking them, but sadly, I've heard of stories, I've heard of situations where people, you know, like they got blocked and then they take it personally, and then it stops becoming a thing of, I'm going to harass this small artist for drawing fan art of a character I don't like. It's, I'm going to harass this artist and make them suffer for it, you know? Like, I wish it was as easy as blocking, because, you know, block tool, mute tool, if you have it on your apps, use it judiciously, you know, like apply it everywhere. But keep in mind that some people they just can't be helped, and they will go crazy beyond that, you know? People using their brains challenge impossible. Yeah. Good night, everyone. Kohi, thank you for stopping by. Get some good eats and good sleeps. People don't want well-written villains nowadays because they think the author is a bad person for even creating them. What? Oh my god. Seriously. Man. The solution is better education for everyone, encouraging the reading, but that's not something you can do on your own. The thing is, I used to be a teacher. As a former teacher, the harsh reality is that you cannot teach anyone who does not want to learn. You can like force them to repeat a buzzword or a keyword or some paragraph over and over and over again until they learn to memorize it, but that's not learning. You know, that's not education. They understand that you have a keyword in this like sentence, and if you ask them a question, they're gonna repeat you the keyword, hoping that it's gonna be like, you know, like, oh, if I say this keyword, then the teacher is gonna assume that everything else behind the meaning behind the keyword, the teacher is gonna assume I know that too, so they'll leave me alone. You know, like it's that kind of stuff. Like they just don't want to learn, and you can't force them to learn, you know? And that's the thing, like, the problem is, like, teachers are competing with social media for children. Like, I heard recently, like, Australia, was it? Australia went ahead and then banned social media for kids under the age of 16, right? Yeah, and AI as well. We're like, why do I need to know anything when I can just ask AI? It's like, oh my god. The amount of willpower it is taking me not to say, well, do you think you're going to have AI in your pocket? You know, like the same thing that the teachers did. Like, do you think you'll have a calculator in your pocket, right? Like the amount of like self-restraint is taking me not to say that, because technology has proven that it's gonna be shit no matter what. It's shit already, and it's gonna be shittier in the worst ways that you can imagine. So like, oh man, you know, so like I want to say like, well, do you think you're going to have AI in your phone all the time, right? 'Cause the implication there is not that you're not going to have a phone. The implication is the services that are running these AI chatbots are going to close eventually, because there's no way they're making money. You know, like, what was it? Sora AI costs $5 worth of resources to make in terms of electricity and water usage, and people are using it for free, and like they're on like a huge loss, which is why they're like asking for tons of investment money from people who like don't have money. And it's like the same 5-6 companies like sharing around money, like passing, like swapping spit with each other. Like they're swapping around the same investment money back and forth between the companies, right? Like it's not gonna last. It like mathematically it just doesn't make sense, right? Like there's nowhere you can go. So like when I say like, do you think you're gonna have AI in your pocket the whole time, you know, for the rest of your life, for the future, you know, like that's what I mean. You know, like these services are gonna, like when they close, what are you gonna do, right? Swapping spit is crazy. I was gonna say like having incest with each other, because it's basically incest at this point. You know, like they're passing forth back and forth like employees. They're passing back and forth like department heads. Like I don't know, like Meta got people who used to work at like Open AI or whatever, but they were there at Nvidia first or whatever. Like it's the same people just passing back and forth. People, money, like investment funds, like whatever, right? It's the same thing, right? It's just incest, right? But I don't know. Maybe that might get my YouTube channel flagged or the VOD flagged or whatever, right? But like that's what I'm saying, right? And it's like the people who will use it as a crutch don't know how much of a disadvantage that they are setting themselves up with. And this might sound rude, this might sound mean, but I don't really care. Like the people who will do the work will do the work. The people who will study and learn how to read books, learn how to interpret books, like they're going to start to get ahead. And the people who do nothing but just use AI to answer every single question they have and like cheat on their homework assignments, like isn't that like 1/3 of the users of ChatGPT use it to cheat on homework assignments, which is why during the summertime, like the usage of ChatGPT plummets. Like I'm pretty sure like most people are using it to cheat on their assignments, right? But like those who don't take the time to like improve their like working brain capacity, like when you're 25 years old, when you're 30 years old, right? And for the last decade, all you've been doing is asking ChatGPT, and then the service goes offline, or let's say worst case scenario, it doesn't go offline, right? Instead, it becomes successful. However, you need to pay like $80 a month to pay for the subscription, right? And you can't afford that. What do you have to show for it? You know, like what will you do when you're 33 years old, you've done nothing but use AI, and now you can't afford the subscription, right? Like, I don't know. I feel like a little bit of self-sufficiency is necessary, you know? Like, having to rely so much on a crutch like that is just why would you do that to yourself? And like at younger Shinri would have said this is a problem and needs to be fixed. Me now is like I have my own problems, I have my own issues. I don't have time to try and re-educate someone who spent the last 10 years doing nothing but using a crutch and doesn't know how to, like, I don't know, like they don't know how to do their laundry because they've had AI do it for them all this time or something like that, you know? Like it's pretty bad these days in corporates. People don't think the higher ups, people that don't think are the higher ups, it's all the same people too. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but like whenever a company gets a new CEO, it's always a former CEO of some other company that they ran to the ground. It's like, it's not new people getting into those CEO positions. It's always someone from another company. Like what? Like what's going on with that? You know? Sadly, it's a choice that they make, and I say, don't say we didn't warn you. Exactly. For like, I feel bad about them, like about that situation, but I don't feel bad about the decisions that they made because they did make the choices, and we have been telling them, hey, by the way, if you rely on this, then like it's not like that one company. You know the Coca-Cola ad that came out recently that was like all the rage online, like everyone was talking about it. The whole kerfuffle about like, oh, our studio spent hours working on this advertisement. We stayed up until like 4 a.m. It was like crunch time, sleepless nights. And it's like, I know what you mean by that is you hit a prompt into a generator and then realized the output was shit. So you had to put in another prompt and you just kept recycling it until the point you got something that was semi-passable. Like, that's what I know you're saying, right? You didn't make an advertisement. You just sat there for hours staring at a really shitty program generating really shitty ads. Or like, not even ads. It's like shitty 3-second clips of just nonsense, right? And it's like, oh, our studio, our team worked so hard. I'm like, what, really? You guys just click the button to hit refresh a few times. Man. They recently said that using Gen AI ended up costing more anyway. I wouldn't be surprised, because you could just pay people. You can pay a human, you know. They prompted, tweaked it, regenerated, tweaked it, and kept doing it over and over again, right? And then they try to pass it off as a real thing. Oh my god. Like, I think, oh my god, I feel like Japanese and Chinese characters, actually just Asian characters in general, like language, like kanji, right? I think kanji is one of the biggest tells if someone generated a thing. Like, if you look at a sign that's supposed to be in Japanese, but the kanji is like incomprehensible because, of course, Gen AI doesn't know how to do kanji. Like, Gen AI is good at like, it's scary good at like letters nowadays. It knows how to like generate a G and separate out the G from a Q, and like you can tell that they're clean letters, right? But if it's non-Roman characters, I think Gen AI still has an issue with that. So like, if I see a thing and I look at the kanji of it, like, I don't know the kanji, but I can tell when the kanji has the wrong vibes, right? Like, a squiggle goes like in a weird curve that isn't supposed to be how it's curved, or like a line intersects another one in a weird way, right? Like, you can tell. Like, at some point, AI is going to get good enough to do that. Like, fingers nowadays, you can't use fingers to tell whether something is AI generated because it's gotten good enough to like properly clean out the fingers. But like, I don't know, I'm still seeing things of like, oh look, I'm this Japanese artist who works really hard at making these these worlds, and then I see the sign and it's like, that's not Japanese. Like, I'm Nihongo Dekinai, but I can tell that's not Japanese. That's AI slop. You know, like, but man, it's really companies doing things that they should get flagged, not small artists online trying to make cool fan art, right? Why people attacking the small artists? Do you see that Amazon used AI voice actors for the Banana Fish English dub? Oh my god, I heard. Yeah, I saw a few clips of that. Oh my god, it's so bad. It's horrible. How do they think that no one would notice? Like, what the hell? Man. I got, my ears are so good now that the instant I hear AI speech, it like gives me a visceral reaction. I hate it. There's something about AI speech that is still unnatural to me, and it's like a red flag. It instantly, like, I hate it. If it shows up on my YouTube, I scroll past immediately. If I see it on Twitter, I just block the account instantly. Like, it's just, and like the AI, like the text-to-speech voices that they all use, right, to pretend to be, oh no, it's not AI. A human wrote the script and we put it through text-to-speech. No, I can tell. We can all tell. You know, it's just so unnatural. But man. Reverse emotional boner, the soullessness of it all. Seriously, Gen AI dubbed so bad an actual professor even called them out. They could have paid. It could have been a job. Like, they could have had an actor actually do it, you know. But man, I hope it doesn't make it harder for shows to get dubs now. It will. It will. The thing is, it will always get worse before it gets better. And we're in the point of, like, if you imagine like a slope going down and then a slope coming back up afterwards, like that dip, right? We are entering the dip. We're not in the dip yet. If you think this is bad, you haven't seen the worst of it yet. We are still in the middle of going down into the dip. And the slump is going to keep going for several while. Like, it's going to go for like several more years. And I say years because that's how long it's going to take for companies to realize that they are actively losing money by doing this. And only then will the boards get mad and be like, you're not caring about the stockholders, what about the shareholders, your company's losing money, so we're gonna fire you, and then get someone else to, you know, bring the stock prices up. Like, these businesses operate with heavy inertia, so it's gonna take a few more years, you know. NFT took 3 years to phase out. Yeah, I still can't believe people fell for NFTs. Like, what the hell? Like, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's because I have practiced critical thinking enough that I can see a thing and read it and be like, no, this seems like a really horrible idea. This seems really stupid. But I still feel like it's just, how did anyone ever fall for NFTs? You know? Non-fungist. Non-fungible. Right, look, if someone, like, okay, here's the thing. For the legal profession, for the scientific profession, like, there is absolutely an issue where people in that field speak effectively a different language. They don't know how to translate the words that they say into, like, layman speak, as in, like, just the general public speak. You know, like, people who, like, the lawyers, when they say things, right, that's not how normal people talk, right? They don't say, like, oh, you know, like, my client breached clause 8 section 2 of this contract, which stipulates that, blah, blah. Like, no, people don't talk like that, right? They say things like, oh, like, you didn't uphold your end of the bargain, right? But, like, there's a certain language that, like, these professions use, right? And it does take skill. It does. I'm going to be honest. There are people who are really good at that, who are really bad at explaining to humans, like other humans, what that is, right? Like, really bad at translating technical terminology into layman speak, right? I get that. But here's the thing. If people cannot properly translate your buzzwords and your keywords from technical speak into layman speech in a way that makes sense, right? It's not a good thing. It's not a good product, right? Which is why people kept overloading, you know, just passerby, like the general public, with like big buzzwords, like, oh, it's a like decentralized blockchain or whatever, right? Like, what does that mean for the average person? Right? Like, it doesn't mean anything to the person, right? They'll say all these buzzwords because if you explain to them in layman speak of, it's a speculative vehicle that we treat like gold, so that if it goes up and enough people buy it, then I can sell it and then make money off of your money. But if you say that, if you explain to them exactly what it does, then no one's gonna buy it, which is why they overload you with buzzwords and like all these fancy technical terminologies, like that doesn't mean anything, right? Because at the end of the day, it's, if I hype you enough by saying these fancy words, you're going to get excited and buy it, which means the price goes up. So when I sell it, I make more money. That's what it is, you know? Like, that's what an NFT is, right? It's just like, no, the technical thing about an NFT is like, it's a link that leads to some website that says you own, air quotes, own the artwork, but like, you're not buying the artwork, you're buying the link to it, right? But if you explain to them, like, oh, you're buying the receipt that says you own it, but you're not actually owning the painting, then no one's gonna buy it, right? So you have to like overload them and shroud it with all these buzzwords and stuff, you know? MBAs and CEOs have forgotten how to speak to normal people seriously. Hype greater than honesty. Yep. You own the URL. Woohoo! What happens if the server goes down? When it happens, if for some reason, like, I don't know what's going on with Cloudflare, but Cloudflare has been having a lot of outages recently. What happens if that happens? You know, like, oh, there goes your URL. There goes everything. You now have a picture that someone else can screenshot and you don't own because that's not what you're buying when you buy an NFT. Oh my God. So I don't know. Okay, this goes back to the whole education thing, right? Like, don't be a sucker. Don't become a mark. Don't become a target for these scammers, right? If you just take the time to learn how to like think critically, right? You'll see these things and you'll be like, wait a minute, let me think this through. Like, what am I buying? Where is my money going? Who is owning this? Does anyone own it? What am I purchasing from this, right? Like, think about that. The critical thinking, it helps you avoid scams. It helps you avoid becoming a sucker for these things. And I just don't know why so many people are becoming more and more anti-intellectual about it. They're like, oh, I'm proud of being dumb. And it's like, what? Why? You open yourself up to being vulnerable. Like, not even just like, I'm not going to be like, oh, you got to be a lifelong learner and be in pursuit of lifelong learning. Like, I'm not even talking about that. I'm just talking about be smart enough not to fall for scams. You know? Why are you so proud about being dumb? Dumb enough to fall for these scams and then complaining about it. Like, what? I have no idea. For the love of God, read the terms and conditions. Here's the thing though. You don't even have to read the terms and conditions yourself. There are enough people out there who do this because they love it, right? There's that one guy on TikTok who reads terms and conditions and terms of use service contracts agreements for everything because he loves it. He just does it for a thing and he goes through and explains it all for you. Like, hey, this is what changed. This is what doesn't change. This is what it means. And like, yeah, this part here sounds scary, but it means in business, like the companies can do A, B, C, D, E. It doesn't mean that they can do, you know, X, Y, Z thing, right? Like, there are people out there who explain for you, right? There are educators out there who love doing this and love sharing that knowledge. You just gotta find those, you know? Ameru, thank you for the 11 months. Almost 1 year, let's go. Good morning. Don't live in male living space TF for too long. I will do my best. To buy furniture. I don't want to buy too many things off the bat. I want to make sure I have the essentials covered. But thank you. Okwedi. Cup rookie cat. Cup. Oh my goodness. My eyes, they're blurry right now. Sorry. I haven't had my second cup of coffee. Kapu Kriyam? Why can't I read your name now? Thank you so much for the 34 months. Okwede, congrats on moving to your new apartments. I just received your birthday gifts and the Funika cushion is so cute and squishy. Let's go. We love cute and squishy. I want to go cuddle my own Funika plush now. Okwede, I hope you guys enjoy it. So what you're saying is I should start selling gold and silver koi beanie baby labubus. Wish me luck to get. God. Guys, remember Beanie Babies? I thought we learned about Beanie Babies, right? Like, I thought that's what it. I thought we grew up as a society, as humanity. Like, we grown up past this thing, you know? I still have some. It's fine to have them, but to use them as a speculative vehicle to make money is a bad thing, right? Like, that's the bad part. Beanie Babies as plushies, they're cute. I love them, right? But like using them as like, oh, if the value of my turtle skyrockets, then I get to sell it and use it to fund my kids' college. Like that kind of stuff is bad, you know? Vertree, Okwedi, appreciate the advance. It's cathartic. Thank you. It's just the same. I feel like it's the same stuff that I'm constantly saying because it's still we haven't gotten past it, you know? But that's what people say, you know, like those who don't study or learn from history are doomed to repeat it, right? Like MLMs, they're pyramid schemes. It's the exact same pyramid schemes from the 1970s. Like they haven't changed. They operate the exact same way. It's like, it's not a pyramid, it's an upside down funnel. Like, no, it's the same thing. I thought we learned about it, right? Like NFTs, Beanie Babies, right? Like it's the same thing. This, like, it's not even that, it's turnips. Like, we're going back to tulip bulbs, right? Like, before Beanie Babies, there were tulip bulbs. And it's, oh my God. Do you guys remember the tulips? when they're like, oh, if you get these tulip bulbs and you plant them and you grow like you grow all these tulips, then they can like turn into more bulbs, and you can even sell more of the bulbs out. Like, oh my god. And it's like, wow, congratulations, you discovered farming. But now even now you can't farm. Like, if you do, you'll get sued by, oh, is it Monsanto? And then they have like all those like, oh, we actually own the copyright to the genetic code in the corn that you grew. And because some of the pollen from our corn went into your corn, now that hybrid is our property. Like, oh my god. Anyways, chat. That's right. I forget. I'm a corpo streamer. And I had to be an idol too. Anyway, yeah, let's make happy, fun memories together, chat. Fish, we're gonna. It's all only happy smiles. Anyways, whoever allowed copyrights on certain genomes should be kneecapped. Well, that's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Copyrighted? No, not copyrighted. Patented. Sorry, patented. It's not that. It's a complex situation. Okay, it's not that complex. It's actually really stupid, right? But it's complicated. Okay, it's not complex. It's complicated. Okay, it's complicated because the people who make the rules for what is and is not okay are also really dumb people in ways that don't really matter for their job, right? Like, if you go up to someone who's making rules about like the internet, right? And then you get questions like, does Facebook need my Wi-Fi to connect to the internet? Like, what? Like, does TikTok connect to the internet? Why can't you just have TikTok on your phone? Like, you get that kind of stuff, and it's like the people who make the rules don't know what they're talking about. So when you have someone who is smooth talking and savvy and being all like, yeah, don't worry about that, like, here, let me buy you, I don't know, like an all expenses paid trip, cruise, whatever, to this place, right? Then the person making the rules are like, I don't know what this means, but that gentleman sure was really nice to me, so I'm gonna go ahead and write the rule that he wants because he gave me things, you know, like that kind of stuff. Like, it's complicated because of that. So it's not that they're intentionally thinking like, if I allowed this patent to go through with this cord, what ramifications would it have in the farming industry and generally the ecosystem overall? They don't think about that kind of stuff because they're not trained for that kind of stuff, right? They're just trained to be like, okay, you are the rule makers, you make rules. Do you need to know anything about it? No, you just need to make the rules, right? Like, they're just really good at making rules, and that's it, you know? So it's like, it's a complicated mess. It's not that complex. It's really simple if you think about it, right? But it's complicated because there are so many moving parts that have to go into like play, and each of the moving parts aren't necessarily people smart enough to care about like the ramifications afterwards, you know? Yui, thank you so much for re-upping the membership. Okoidi. Sounds like certain groups patenting summoning mechanics, right? Or like, I don't know, that one game that copyrighted or like patented a certain sanity mechanic, or like, I don't know, that really cool Nemesis mechanic from the Shadow of Mordor series, which I thought was really cool because then you can have these like enemy characters that you could recruit and like build up characters, and like they grow as enemies over the course, the Nemesis system, which is like, I think would be so cool if we implemented it in like every other game, but because someone owns like, how many more years do we have until that? 18 more years? We got, yeah, like 18 more years. No, wait. When did Shadow of Mordor the sequel come out? I forget. But like, yeah, like 17 more years before the patent goes out, and then we can finally have it, but by then something else is going to come out, and wouldn't you know it, that's going to probably get patented too. Ooh. Anyways. Patents are supposed to be reviewed by an expert in the field, but it rarely feels like it. Well, the thing is, the expert in the fields are usually on the side of the company making the patents, right? Like a patent lawyer is a really good lawyer because they had to take a did you guys know the patent, to be like a patent attorney or patent prosecutor, you got to pass the patent bar, which is like a second bar exam you got to take just for the patent like law because it's so complicated. So you got to take and pass the bar exam, and then there's a patent bar exam that you got to take. I don't know if it's called the patent bar exam or not. But like there's a separate exam just for patents that you gotta do. So like these people are really smart, okay? They know their thing, right? And like when I say that when I say that they're really smart, I mean that they are really good writers because they know how to write a thing so that it is specific enough to describe their patent, but also at the same time broad enough that it kind of inflates the patent a little bit so that they can also push out anyone who's kind of in their immediate near vicinity who are trying to copy similar things. You know, like they're really good at writing things that are both specific yet broad at the same time to like properly cover exactly what the patent is and then a little bit extra, you know? So like they're smart, but they're usually fighting on the other side of like consumers, if you think about it that way. So like, yeah, like that's how they got the patents for game mechanics. That's how they got patents for things like the sanity system, the nemesis system. That's how they got patents for, you know, that one company whose games have mini games during the loading screens. Like it's not really much of an issue now because if like the average player base, like 50-60% of the player base have like high end, like mid to high end PCs where loading screens aren't that big of an issue, right? But like there was a company that owned the patent to mini games during loading screens, so like you couldn't play mini games while you waited for the main game to load, right? Which is why you have like Devil May Cry. They got around it by not having a mini game. They just had like a practice arena where you can practice moves while you're loading the levels, right? Like that's how they got around it because it's technically not a mini game. It's just an arena where you can just practice your combos, right? Like that's how you're able to get around it. So that's why, yeah, Bayonetta does that too, exactly, right? So like, I don't know. I don't think certain mechanics like these should be patentable, you know, especially if they're stylistic choices. Like, how do I say it without saying it? Like, there shouldn't be a way to patent, like, I'll hit up the gang and call my friends over to have a party, but specifically driving a clown car and all my party members come out of the clown car and you'd be like, wow, that clown car holds a lot of party members, right? And then being all like, no one else can use clown cars, specifically clown cars or anything that comes remotely close to a vehicle that has people inside it. So you can't summon your party members with a caravan because the caravan is too close to a car, you know? Like that kind of stuff, right? Like anyways, yeah, like out of pocket, right? Like, oh man, that'd be so out of pocket, right? Man, that's dude, your blood pressure. No, this is what happens. I wake up and I don't have my coffee, or I don't have much coffee. I only had one glass of coffee. I need more coffee. Video game patents are wildly patenty basic life mechanics, right? Man. And here's the thing, though. If you own it, and you're gonna own it, at least make use of it, right? Like the Nemesis system. It'd be so cool if you applied it to like all the other games that you own the IP to, right? But no, what are you going to do with it? You're going to put out 1 or 2 games and then never touch it ever again while actively preventing other people from using it. Like, what? Like, if you patent it, that's a little scumbaggy. But I can understand. Like, yeah, you're a business, sure, right? But if you're going to patent it, at least use it, you know? Man. Bianca-chan, thanks for stopping by. Get some good eats and good sleeps. I should get some food myself, though. Thanks for streaming. Of course, of course. Nope, it's safer for us to sit on it than let anyone else use it. Yeah. Man. It's already 2 hours and 30 minutes. I did intend for this to be a pretty short stream because... Okay. Chat fish. I think I ranted about these same topics like twice now. Y'all have to stop me. You guys have to stop me. We need to find new things to rant about. I gotta go find like more things. But like the problem is I keep running into these same problems, you know? The issues are only growing. That's the thing. It's the same stuff. It doesn't, like, we haven't moved on, you know? It's like how there's always like the 12 same candies, the 12 same soft drinks, the 12 same burgers, right? There's nothing new. It's the same thing, just slightly different flavor, you know? Touch grass and find more things to hate. I can't hate anything here in Japan. I mean, I'm sure there's gonna be a few things that I'm gonna hate, that I'm going to grow to hate, but like I'm still like happy in the honeymoon phase of I got my own place, you know? Never rant about the same two things for 40, 50 more years, right? The same 5 websites. Twitter, Reddit, Facebook, YouTube, and Amazon. Right? It's those 5 websites, right? I don't know. TikTok, Google. Is Google even a website anymore? Pinterest, I can't Pinterest. Not with the ads. Not with the ads and the AI. Like, I can't do that. I can't. Small rant before we go, though. I have been looking for stock photo images of things, and I'm gonna be honest. I feel that stock photos. Okay, yeah, it's a small rant. I feel like stock photos should be about the object that you're taking a stock photo of, right? Like if I take a photo of stairs, I want it to be just of the stairs, right? If I take a photo, or if I search for stock photos of like an abandoned house in the woods, I want to see an abandoned house in the woods, right? I don't want to see someone trying to like LARP the latest Vogue cover on those stairs, right? Like just give me the stairs, you know? Like stop posing and doing these like weird artsy fartsy things on the it's a stock photo of stairs. I just want the stairs. Please stop posing and being all like, oh, I'm like, you know, like, don't. Yeah, just put the stairs in the bag, right? Like I want to find a broken window, right? I just want the broken window. I don't want to see you posing up and being all like, oh, like Linkin Park-esque, like in the end it doesn't even matter. Well, like no, like if I wanted like those like photo shoot photos, I'll look for photo shoot pictures. I'm looking for stock photos. I just want the thing that I want to find, right? Like stop posing in them, okay? Like, oh my god, a Vogue cover with the broken windows in the background, right? Like they're wearing all this like crazy like cosplay thing that's not even appropriate for the thing that you're looking for the stock photo, you know, about. Oh my god. Mr. Patriot Canadian, thank you. Should we have this flatbread pizza I'll be cooking up after work? Oh, you're not you when you're hungry. Your roommate in the corner can have some too. Oh, thank you. Pizza sounds really good right now though. But I want like meat pizza. I don't want corn on my pizza anymore. I don't know, the flavor of corn is too sweet, so like every time I bite into it, it tastes like a little, like a burst of sweetness. I just want like greasy, savory, and salty, you know? Please stop with the mayonnaise. Please stop with the corn. Like if I want it, I'll ask for it, but not when I'm searching for like fatty and greasy. If I wanted a pose that would have looked right, and not for a stock photo, exactly. Just step 1, stare. Step 2, Joker. Step 2, society. There's a real good New York pizza place in Tokyo, but I do not remember where it is. I'll try to look for one. I'll try to look for some. I have to go around looking for some good food places too, because I have been eating konbini food for way too long now. And my excuse was I don't have any cooking utensils, but now I finally have a pot. I finally have a pan. I don't have a knife yet, but I have a pair of scissors that will do for now. But yeah, me looking for punching bags. I want to see punching bags, not humans doing a pose, right? Just give me the thing that I'm searching for. But yeah, this man is too full of family chicken. It's like the cat meme, you know, the little picture of the cat and the arrow that points to the belly, and it's like full of soup, right? But it's full of pizza, or full of inari sushi. How's the coffee in Japan? I am still drinking instant coffee. I plan to get a automatic coffee drip machine soon. The grocery store nearby does have some ground coffee, which I'm a little bit excited about. So yeah, but for now it's still instant coffee. Yeah, holding Chibishiro with arrow pointing, full of family chiki, right? Before we go, can we do a watch along of the horror narration channel called Lighthouse Horror? It has multiple types of horror. Oh, we gotta do some more watch alongs too. I owe you guys a few membership streams too. But we will get it. I think of one fan art of you that says full of poutine daily. I really did trick you guys, because I tweeted out the random photo of poutine and like ketchup chips, and it was like, what's Shinri doing in Canada? What the heck? And I was like, just a joke. I was like passing by, but I was like, if I take a photo of this right now and I send it out, they're all gonna think I'm in Canada right now. They're like, what the hell is he doing in Canada? Did you guys know that's a fun little trick? All of our mana channels have trained us not to tweet out photos of places that we're at. So like, so the thing is, like, I take a photo of a place or like a food or a thing, and I'm like, oh, that's nice, right? And then in my mind, I'm like, oh yeah, like wait a couple of days before you tweet it out, right? And I'm like, okay, cool, I got that, Mana-chan. And then I will promptly forget, and then I will never tweet it out, because like 3 days later, when I should be tweeting it out, I've completely forgotten, right? Like that photo is gone. I'm not gonna look at my roll. Like, why would I go through my own photo rolls? Like, I don't, you know, like. So I'm going through my photo roll, and it's just like, oh, that's right, I was gonna tweet out this thing, or I was gonna tweet out that thing, and then just completely forget. So it was like one of those like, oh hey, that's right, I have pictures from Canada, I should just tweet that out right now, just see how that goes. 2 gigabytes of pictures never sent, right? Maybe timing the tweet, I would, but I'm really bad at that. I've mistakenly set wrong times for my tweets, more than a handful of times. So just as a precaution, I don't trust myself to like properly schedule the tweet in advance, so I don't. But yeah, anyways, Chatfish, I am feeling a little hungry. I'm gonna go grab some food. Thank you all for stopping by this little morning chit chat here. Oh, I got a notification. What was that? Notification is your eSIM isn't from provider. Some services may not be available while you use said eSIM. Ah. Oh, there was another earthquake. What the heck? Oh, there was a 3.9 earthquake just detected off the coast. Oh my god. Expected intensity. Oh, whoa, that's kind of cool. I didn't know they told that. Epicenter is off coast of eastern Chiba. Nerve tweets like every day. Yeah, I installed the Nerve app. It's called NERV, Nerve. And it gives me alerts for like earthquakes and stuff. That's a little scary, especially given like the 7.2 one that happened like a couple of days ago. Oh man. Where are you supposed to go during an earthquake? If you're in a Japanese building, the advice that I got is to stay in the building, because most of the buildings are like, as long as the buildings are up to code and very well renovated and maintained, they are very earthquake resistant. It's safer to be inside than it is to be outside. That's the advice that was given to me. And if you are inside, take shelter underneath tables and watch out for objects that are falling, like paintings, windows. If you have like photos that are hung up, or like a cabinet full of cups and plates, like get away from those and just go underneath a table. But staying indoors is generally the safer course of action. But yeah, the buildings here are designed for it exactly. And yeah. Ramorium, thank you for the 29 months. Did you see that turning the portrait of God into a full film? Wait, they are? Yo, that's kind of cool. I have no idea how they're going to stretch out 15 minutes into 2 hours, but I'm excited. Wait, that's kind of cool. I want to check that out. We should do a watch along when it comes out. Turn off stove, wear shoes. Yeah, exactly. Also, if you live in an apartment, make sure you pay attention when they talk about things like water lines, gas lines. So if there is a big earthquake that causes structural damage, you want to be able to turn off the gas line like ASAP, because not only is the earthquake and the tremors itself dangerous, but the fires that can be caused from burst pipelines, that can also cause like subsequent damage that could be more dangerous, because due to the earthquake, it's harder for first response to get to you safely. So like if the ambulance can't get to you, that fire is going to cause even more destruction. So like make sure you pay attention to that kind of stuff and know how to turn it off safely. Yeah. Anyways, Chatfish, I do have to get some food. I did mention I was going to say a little rant. It was a small rant, but it got sidetracked again. Bro, the earthquake blew a sewer line from the apartment above mine. Insane week to fix and deep clean everything. Oh my god. Oh, that sounds like it was a nightmare to deal with. I'm so sorry. Man. But yes, I hope everyone is safe. Please make sure you pay attention to all the safety stuff, and have like if you're in an earthquake prone area, make sure you get a bug out bag. Well, I guess you wouldn't be bugging out, but like bug in, where you have like water, food, something to keep you warm for the weather, hand crank or like solar charged flashlight. Well, maybe the technology has gotten good, but like rechargeable like USB powered like flashlights and stuff, and batteries and everything like that. Check your local municipalities for any like first aid kit advice that they can provide you and stuff like that. Yeah. Bye, thank you so much for re-upping the membership. Okwedi. Thank you for re-upping. Alright, I will see you all next time, Kois. Is that the reason why you haven't taken your stuff out of your luggage? Right, in case I had to bug out, I just gotta toss everything back into my suitcases and get out of here anyway. Wow. I am waiting for a cable because one of my monitor cables is used up right now for my headset. So I had to wait for a second cable. I didn't realize I needed so many cables for everything. Wow. Alright, let me go ahead and send you off on a raid. Let me see who is currently streaming right now. I see... Man, of course Axel is playing League of Legends. Okay, I'm gonna send you guys over to Crimson Ruse because no League. Of course he's playing League, man. Okay, looks like Ruse is doing a little bit of a collab with Girl DM. Oh, Squillin, thank you so much for the 32 months. Okwidi, thank you so much for the stream. Of course. Sorry, my schedule has been spotty. I'll try to get back onto a proper schedule soon. Thank you all for being so patient with me. But yes. Hope you guys have a good time. Have a fantastic one. And I will see you all soon-ish again. I kind of feel bad because my schedule has been so spotty, but we'll get back on track. Yeah. All right. Koyasumi, everyone. Koyasumi. I'm gonna get some food, but I don't know what to eat. Maybe I'll just eat rice. Just microwave rice, and that's it. And the furikake. That's all. Maybe 2 servings of rice. Ooh. We're going all out today.